T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, everybody around the world, welcome to Flight School. We're so excited to see all of our new family members in the iBoom family joining us for Flight School. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We know you're dialing in and logging in from all over the world, and Flight School is the place to be. Hey, let me introduce you to your Vice President of Marketing, Mark Cathcart. What's up, bro?
Thank you, T. Gray. And let me introduce you to your VP of Operations. And he's the VP of everything except boom gear and recognition.
Except boom gear and the digital photo album.
Oh, that's it. All right. Cool. Well, good stuff, man. You know what? You want to get rocking and rolling because we've got a power-packed call today. And man, it's incredible how much has happened in one very short month. And it's been incredible. Nothing short of incredible.
It's been a phenomenal, insane, crazy month. Hey, folks, I want you to congratulate yourself right now all around the world for breaking records. April was Iboomerang's biggest month ever. We also have logged our biggest day ever. You guys rocked it. We had so many new directors, senior directors, executive directors, sapphires, rubies, emeralds, diamonds, and some new ranks above that, right? We've been talking about that all week. New blue diamond and a new black diamond too. So you guys absolutely crushed it. Hey, Mark, let's tell everybody what Flight School is about before we dive in though.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So Flight School is where you need to be every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. So what do we do here at Flight School? We do recognition, absolutely. And then we also give you updates and announcements of things that are going to be happening soon. And then the thing that everybody tunes in for, this is what everybody comes for, and that is the training. So if you want to get trained and you want the best trainers in the world in your corner, teaching you, wiping you off after you go out there and fight for the week, and then you come back and you sit down, you got those, those 30 seconds or a minute, and they wipe you off and they get you ready for the next round. This is it. This is the place.
It sure is. So, I mean, and by the way, guys, people do Flight School all different types of ways. They do their morning coffee and breakfast. Some folks it's afternoon or evening. Some folks have even done Flight School from the beach. Hey, take a picture of how you do Flight School, put it up on your Instagram or Facebook, and make sure you tag at Iboomerang and let us see how you do Flight School.
Awesome. Okay. We ready to rock and roll, man?
Yeah, man, let's go ahead and jump in. We got a lot to cover, and we want to get to this epic training. Yes. Guys, today's going to be epic, right? I mean, I tell you what, guys, one of the things you learn about us is we never hype anything up. So if we say something's going to be great, we always deliver. Today will be a historic Flight School with the training that you're going to get from new black diamond Johnny Wimbrey and new blue diamond Martha Ermias. Their team is beyond on fire. It is blaze. It is in full-on momentum. Want some of that? Want to know how to get that going in your business? You and your team need to be on today. Tag them, text them, call them, wake them up. If you live close enough, go and beat on their door and say, get out of bed and get on Flight School now. So we're going to do our business here of recognition and stuff, and then that training is going to be coming up before you know it. You ready, bro?
So yeah, I want to reiterate that if somebody on your team is not on yet, because we're going to roll through this recognition pretty quickly and the announcements. So you got to be sure they are on. Okay. All right. Ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it, bro.
Let's do it. Okay. Here we go. Yes. All right. So the 2020 Digital Photo Album Accelerate is ready. It's ready. But
hallelujah.
Yes, Yes, it's ready and it's beautiful, but it's not in your back office yet. So we're working with the development team. So again, it's just finished. So the team got it finished up. Mrs. Earlene Buggs, she put her finishing touches on it. And again, it is absolutely gorgeous, but it's not going to be available until the end of this week. So take a look on Friday in your back office. If you did get it, what you're going to see in your back office is a place to find that digital photo album. And, you know, that it's, again, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. Okay, Boom Gear. Boom Gear. I just saw
Gear, baby.
Today. What's that?
It's a Boom Gear, baby.
Yeah, Boom Gear, baby. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but we've got a new slide deck here. We've upgraded, and we're changing things a little bit. So you're going to see some new slides this morning. But
it's really pretty. I like that, man. You guys did a great job.
Yep, absolutely. So Boom Gear, you can get it at boomgear.com. You can get great shirts like this, and the one that T. Gray is wearing, and the hats and everything else. And if you are shipping something and you have, you know, any issues at all, or you want to, you know, contact Mr. Tunde, you can reach him at gear@iboomerang.com. But we've got all kinds of stuff in the Boom Gear store. We are shipping every single day, tons and tons of Boom Gear out to you. Now, when you order Boom Gear here coming up, and you're ordering right now, what we're going to do is we're going to put a free mask in with every Boom Gear order. Now, it's while supplies last. Well, guess what happened? We got in 500 masks, and they were immediately gone. Immediately gone. So that was 500 orders, and they were gone. So you can order now, but the masks are currently on back order. Okay, they're on back order.
You gotta have some style with your mask.
Yep. Hold on. Let's do this. Here we go.
I roll up in the grocery store like, what up? What up?
Yeah, so these are awesome. Love them. Love them. Yep. This way. All right. So got your Boom Gear masks.
All right. Good job, bro. Love it.
Replaying the host.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
So virtual vacations. This is something that is new. This is so cool. I can't wait for this on Tuesday. So this is going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So this replaces travel tips with Lori, and she typically did that on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But now she's going to do virtual vacations. Here's how it works. She's going to bring on people from the travel industry. Some of those boards she sits on, some of those other groups that she works with, she's going to bring them on and she's going to interview them, and you are going to be able to ask them questions. And what they're going to go over, you'll be able to gain knowledge on different destinations that they have in their travel arsenal. And then the other thing you're going to be able to do is they're going to be able to talk about, and will let you know about travel options in the future, and what you can expect. So get on that call on Tuesday and Thursday. And again, it's virtual vacation. So I think what they're going to be doing is I know that Lori already has some props set up. She's getting ready for Cinco de Mayo, because the first call is on Cinco de Mayo. So go ahead and get ready. So it's going to be cool.
I can't wait. This is a new twist on the show, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be really cool.
Yes. All right. Ooh, stay-at-home diaries. So we've got a couple of videos, but while I'm setting this up and while I'm getting those videos ready, T. Grant.
Yeah, so stay-home diary is cool because, you know, folks, we're still in quarantine, even though a few places are starting to open up. But we want to know, what are you doing while you're staying at home? So here's what we want you to do. Send in a 1 to 2 minute video of your stay home diary, right? So first of all, make sure it's well lit, It's got a cool, maybe if you have a cool background, this is a great time to do that. And show us what you've been doing during social distancing, from getting ready for your Zoom meetings, organizing your calendars, learning some new recipes, working out to boom fit, whatever, doing your, just doing whatever. Make it fun, make it cool, but keep it only 1 to 2 minutes long and send it to marketing@iboomerang.com. Now, here's what we need. We need your name, we need where you live, and we need your age so that we don't have any problems using the video. And we will share the best ones on Flight School like we're about to right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to our stage now, the Rolling Rogans, Amy and Joe Rogan, brand new Ibüümerang Diamonds.
We're the Rolling Rogans, and welcome to our tiny home on wheels. This is where we've been quarantined for the last 6 weeks. What we're showing here is our new habits that we've been really blessed to be forming.
Do my affirmations thanks to Mrs. Kim Bean. Also, I work on my Spanish. That's the next thing I do. And by that time,
I usually go out and do a walk, get my own personal development in, my affirmations. I listen to The Strangest Secret, which Mr. Bean has recommended us to do.
I'm working on my coffee because that's like a priority to get myself going after that.
Yeah, you can't function without
and
that.
then I start drawing myself into existence because this is how I manifest things.
And then I usually work on some boomerangs, activating boomerangs, and working on the back office of our business.
It's an Iboomerang life. I love it. We chase our cat around. That's
But that's
fun.
our family time.
That's part of it.
She tends to escape, but she loves being outside. And then she also helps us with our calendar. I keep Joe organized. That's my skill. You're doing 2 presentations a day at 4 and 8, and then also all of the Boom TV fantastic things that we've been doing with that as well.
It's basically, rather than watching Netflix or binge watching, this is personal development and improvement, and this is what we do, staying home on our tiny home on wheels.
I think we've watched 1 movie.
Thank you, Iboomerang. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank
We'll
you
see
so
you out
much.
there on the road. Rolling Rogans, out.
Wow, that was so cool. I love that video. That's really cool.
Got another one.
Yeah, I wanna flex, fly on the jet, count up a check, yeah, get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt. I wanna flex, yeah, fly on the jet, count up a check, get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt. Got time for no rest. Gotta stack up my bread. I gotta pay rent. Yeah, can't lay in the bed. Yeah, it's all in my head. I know I can do it. I can't be snoozing. Ain't no more losing. Do you really wanna know the truth? You gotta stay focused and stack all your loot. I don't know why you think the sky is the limit. I'm gon' miss the moon. I want a Lamborghini just to zoom. Shout out to my fam, I boom. If you really wanna do it, you can do it. You just gotta stay true. I wanna flex, fly on the jet, count up a check, yeah. Get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt, get out of debt, yeah. Get out of debt. I wanna flex, yeah.
How awesome was that?
That was so cool. That came up on my Instagram feed one day, and I absolutely loved it. Those ladies of Iboomerang, including Chrissy DeLisser from New York. That was super cool. I like that.
And the Rolling Rogan. So good stuff, guys. Very creative. Love you. Love those videos. Keep them humming.
Keep them coming. You see, we'll showcase them, so keep them coming. All right.
Cool stuff. Good deal. Okay, hashtag good. So hashtag good for all of the new folks. That means, yeah, you need to cover your mouth. That is right, sir. Hashtag good means get out of debt. It's one of our core philosophies here at Ibüümerang. And another philosophy of ours, the bedrock of this company, is founded on the concept of giving out goodwill without expecting anything in return. So guys, those are the philosophies, and this one runs right along with that, and it is get out of debt. We don't want you guys taking on debt. We want you guys getting out of debt. So if you've got a get out of debt story, go ahead. Yeah.
Do we have one for today?
No, we do not. But
okay,
if you have,
we need to give these guys some instructions because we have a lot of new people, Mark, and they are crushing it, right? So here's what's happening. You're building your business and you're starting to earn commissions and bonuses and get out of debt. Hashtag good is about what we want you to do with it. We want you to eliminate your debt. Eliminate your debt. Get out of debt. You know, so for so long, network marketing's been about the flash and the bang and the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis and the big houses and people getting into debt to floss, right? And the definition of floss is to represent yourself in a way that is above your means. You really can't afford that stuff. So here's what we want you to do. Before you floss, we want you to get out of debt. So pay your bills off with this. You pay off your debts and then shoot a video. Send us a video of how you feel about paying off that car or paying off your mortgage or paying off these credit card bills. And we will show those videos on Flight School.
Awesome. Okay. Now, another philosophy, hashtag DTRTs. T. Greg.
It moved up. It was here. Now it's here.
Okay. All right. We got to get that out of the way every single time. It's not a rash, okay? And it's not something that's itchy. It is doing the right things. And so do you have a case of the DTRTs?
Always.
We hope you do.
Always. And you know what, guys? You know, this world is such a negative world. It's geared to trying to catch people doing the wrong thing and showcase them on things like TMZ. Well, here's what we do. We're about catching people doing the right thing and showcasing them on Flight School.
All right. So have we caught some people doing the right things this week? Yes, we have. We got them. And you sent them in to marketing@iboomerang.com and we received them, and man, are there a lot of them. Okay, we're going to roll through this. Top Gun Spotlight, that's what we call this. Horace, Ronnie Garfield, Nicoy, Sharika Sherelle, John Rohan, Sheena Karen Damar, DJ Barge, Tamika with 90 plus people on a Zoom, 57 were guests. That is
cool. That's what I'm talking about. Ellen Smith and the Bermuda team rocking it, and they broke some new pins, some new big pins last month. Boom.
Yeah, that Bermuda team is on fire. All right. Ronell, Desmond, Stephanie, and Dre, and a whole bunch of other people. Awesome, guys. Good stuff. You're zooming it.
Zooming it. Dorina, Tanya, and the team just rocking out another Zoom. Hey, folks, we are the kings and queens of video conferencing at this point. Way to go, you guys.
Zoom, zoom, zoom with the boom, boom. All right. Tim and Julanda and their team with special guest Ronell Sylvester making it happen.
All right. And we got Miss Sherry Ann from Jamaica. And I love it when people do their first launch for their business and have a whole bunch of guests. Congratulations, Sherry Ann, for having 16 guests on your online launch. Boom.
Yes, sir. Rohan from the Turks and Caicos, or I don't know how to say that word, had 50 participants. 50 participants on his lunchtime call. Lunchtime call. They're doing lunchtime calls now.
Lunchtime call. And look at that, the Caribbean on fire. We had Bermuda, we had Jamaica, now we got Turks and Caicos. What's going on, man? Did you get that, man?
Yes.
Okay. Alexis and Ayana, way to go. Showing them how to get started.
Ronell, Therese, Tracy, Evander, Sean, Donna, Desmond, Big D, Lynn, Barbara, Valerie, Stephanie, Sharita, Merle, and 4 guests. Looks like they're up there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That's what I'm talking about. Bruce, Deidre, Natasha, Cheryl, Vanetta, Eric, Angelina, Naomi, Carlos, and Rodney rocking the Zoom presentation. That's what I'm talking about, peeps.
All right, Cynthia, right here from Houston, Texas. Virginia, Felipe, Pat, Quentin, and Edward. Zoom, zoom, zoom with the boom, boom. All right.
Oh, yeah. Sam Bean, diamonds on the move digitally. And Adil Ben Kayat with 171 guests on the line. That's what I'm talking about. Show it to them, people. Show them.
That's the biggest so far.
Yes.
All right, Elaine, James Sr., 85 years young. James Jr., those are the Riddick family. David, Dorcas, Cynthia, Betty, Joe, Philip, Dean, Alicia, Carmen, and Betty, rocking and rolling.
James, Michelle, Cynthia, David, and Dorcas catching up on some training. They're doing the training together. They get on a Zoom, and then they go on iBoom Hub and share it and get it together. Way to go, you guys. Is that Cesar?
That's Cesar.
He inspires me. I think I'm gonna grow my hair back.
You stop. All right, now we get into Customer Corner. What is Customer Corner? This is savings. Savings is the new earnings, folks. And with your iGo Travel platform, you can save a ton of money and get rewards credits. Abigail Taylor saved $349.52 and earned 490 rewards credits. That is awesome.
Mick Brown saved $230.15 booking his reservation for Vision 2020. That's what I'm talking about, and earn 140 credits in the process. Way to go, Mick. See you in Vegas, bro.
All right, Judy Reyes saved $333.78 and got 225 rewards credits. Awesome job, Judy, using your iGo Travel booking platform.
Quandora Hornbuckle saved, check it out, $513.72. Like, seriously, how excited would you be to save $513.72 on your reservation and get 740 reward credits? Way to go, Quandora Hornbuckle. I go for less works, people.
Therese Thompson. So this is the lady who has boomerangs tattooed on her and boom tattooed on her wrist. So Therese, she saved $548.75 on her Vision booking and 780 rewards credits. Therese, you are awesome. Okay, here we go. We're done. We rolled through that.
We got through it.
Yeah.
All right.
The Boom Foundation. So what is the Boom Foundation? This is a separate organization. It's a 501(c)(3). And what they do is they're the ones that take all of the good stuff that we're doing in Ibüümerang, and when you activate a boomerang, it feeds children. It gives proper servings of nutrition, okay? So what they do is they're the distribution arm for the food and for the nutrition. So the Boom Foundation update, April was an incredible month. The activated boomerangs just from Ibüümerang generated over 60,000 servings of proper nutrition to children around the world. Guys, you're doing good in the world. Every time a boomerang gets activated, you've done good. So, and the other part of it too is you know, you can get social with them. They're at nearly 2,000 followers on Instagram. They've reached 1,000 followers on Facebook. So go ahead, get out there. Go ahead and follow the Boom Foundation at Boom Foundation on Instagram and Facebook. All right, good stuff. All right, now we get into the Boom Club. So these Boom Clubs are for you. So you guys activate boomerangs, and when you get 100 activated, 100 total activated, what we'll do is we will feature you on Flight School, okay? And then the Boom Clubs go up, Boom 100, 200, 300, 400. And again, each time a boomerang is activated, proper servings of nutrition go to the Boom Foundation or those activated boomerangs, and then they distribute that food and support those organizations that distribute the food. So
to be super clear, this means how many customers, right? So we're actually now about to recognize people who have 100 or more activated customers for I Go For Less and or Vibe Rides combined.
Yes, so we're gonna kick this off. Brian, Wait, Marceline Awan, Adia Banks, Patrick Corey, Lisa Di Pietro, and Paul Turpin, Josie Bora, Stephanie Raymond, Bougie. All right, Boom 100.
Congratulations. Boom 200, 200 customers. Drina Nash, Melissa DeCane, Leroy Bartram, Sharon Polite, and Stacy Harker. Way to go with 200 customers.
Boom 300, Annie Marie Clark, Mike Thomas, and Timothy Lambert.
Boom 400 Club, Virginia Logan. Way to go.
Boom 500, Evander Jonathan III, Spent Less to Travel, Team Cheek, and Rosa Rodriguez. Boom 500, good job, guys.
Boom 600, Lori Plater, Dre's Evolution, David Prinster, Cole and Dana Wilson, and Donna Cutelli.
Awesome. Boom 700, Robert and Lisa Hyman, Nicholas Borges, and Patrice McRaven. Awesome, Patrice. Get on up there.
Boom 800, Bart Bartlett. Way to go, Bart. Moving on up.
Boom 1000. All right, so this is where we're getting into the higher numbers. And this is 1,000 activated customers. And again, a proper serving in nutrition is nothing more than, there's lots of ways to understand that, but it feeds multiple children. So one proper serving feeds multiple children. So Brendan Nagwati over in New Zealand. Brendan, you are awesome. This is great.
Yes.
Welcome to the Boom 1000 Club. Hey, and guys, when you do reach the Boom 1000 Club, we'd love to have your picture.
Yes. And there's more to it. Boom 1200, 1,200 customers. Cynthia Merritt. Way to go, Cynthia. Had a chance to meet her. She's an awesome lady.
Oh, nice. Boom 1800 Club, Teresa and Sam Williams. Again, I see these guys moving up every single week. Every week they're moving.
Absolutely.
Who's your favorite?
1000 Club. Man, Laura just been moving up the ranks of the Boom Clubs here. Laura Cubis Hosher. Boom.
Sure. There you go. All right, and then we got a Boom 2700 Club. She blew right past 2500, went to 2700, and that's Shirley Xavier. She is in the lead. So Shirley, fantastic, wonderful. And not only that, she has gotten her 2 in April, and she has already, she got her 2 in March, and she got her 2 in April. So bottom line is Shirley is knocking it out of the park.
Shirley's doing it all. Way to go. We should have music when we do Shirley Slide now, like angel music.
So here's what we're going to do. I cleared this with the GMA, okay? So when you reach the Boom 2500 Club, you know what we're going to do? We're going to give you 250 boomerangs. When you reach the Boom 5000 Club, we're going to give you 500 boomerangs. When you reach the Boom 7500 Club, we're going to give you 750 boomerangs. When you reach the Boom 10,000 Club, we're going to give you 1,000 boomerangs. So this helps you and gets you, propels you potentially to the next level.
See that? Do more, get more. I love it.
You know what? I like that. I'm going to use that. Do more, get more. Perfect.
Yep.
All right, guys. And here we are. Momentum in May. So, ladies and gentlemen, the economic stimulus plan was a huge hit last month. Obviously, there's no doubt
of the year
that helped people get to the next levels. And I mean, not just in the diamond ranks too. I mean, everybody all around the world, we have broken so many pins and so many new ranks have happened that it's huge. And we can't recognize everybody today. We'll only be recognizing the diamonds, but this momentum is going to carry on into May.
It sure is. And we first just want to congratulate everybody who achieved various ranks. And what we want to do is remind you guys that ranks are actually official on the 15th of the following month. So congratulations to everyone who is what we consider in qualification: Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, in qualification to be confirmed on the 15th of the month. And we are excited to see you guys and talk about how we can have even more people achieve that with the Momentum in May version of the economic stimulus plan. Let's do this, Mark. Let's do this, Marky Mark. All right, our CEO got excited. Why? Because of what you did, because of how you guys embraced the April economic stimulus plan. And what he decided to do is double down and provide up to $2 million in additional bonuses for May activity. And if you guys saw his program, his big announcement show that he did yesterday morning during Morning Inspiration, and you saw his virtual background, it described him perfectly. What did it say? This CEO pays more. That's right, he absolutely does. Let's show how he's gonna do it. First, it takes two. So we're continuing with the It Takes Two. We actually launched the It Takes Two concept in February at Accelerate, and It Takes Two has broken more pins than anything, I would like to say, in network marketing history. So how does It Takes Two work? It's a simple thing to focus on, and it's a powerful way to explode your business. Enroll in May. So this is for new people who enroll in May. If you enroll in May at Coach or Hire, and you get your first two in May at Coach or Hire, you will get paid all 7 levels of the Fast Start Accelerator bonus in June, July, and August. Here's why that's a big deal. Normally, to get paid all 7 levels of the Fast Start Accelerator bonus, you have to have 10 personally enrolled people at Coach or Hire. So we're saying for the new people who got started in May, you can get something. We're going to accelerate your accelerator bonus if you just get 2, and we're going to let you enjoy that for 90 days. Boom. Second, U+2. So now this is you can participate in this one regardless of when you enroll. So now you enroll a new ambassador in May at Coach or Hire and help them get there too, you get a bonus. It's going to be $50 or $100, depending on whether or not one of those 3 people is a first class. Okay, so you enroll a new person, they enroll 2, that's 3 people. If one of them is a first class, you get 100. If none of them are first class, if they're all coach or all business or a combination of coach and business, you get $50. And we're going to pay this bonus out on June 20. The first class pack stimulus edition continues for the month of May with a slight twist. Normally the first class pack is $1,000. In April, the stimulus version was $750. In May, the stimulus version is still a great deal at $799. Okay, so $799. The QV is the same, $1,000, and the CV is the same at $450. So you can see what the Fast Start Accelerator bonuses would be for the enroller, and then levels 2 through 7. And still, we're going to continue. One of the most important parts of this: every first class pack equals 10 servings of proper nutrition for the Boom Foundation children. So you can get a great entree into Ibüümerang with the first class and feed the kids. Love it. Let's rock and roll. Number 4, the Welcome Back program continues. So what does that mean? If there are people, and I like to say it this way, who got off the train too early. They got off the train before their stop, meaning that they got frustrated for one reason or another, didn't get the results they wanted, who knows, life happened, and they quit. Well, guess what? Here's an opportunity to bring them back. They can actually reactivate their position by just paying their most recent monthly subscription. They don't have to pay all the ones that they missed. They can just pay the most recent one and get back in the game. And Mark, I'm sure you would agree that now is the time for people to get back in the game.
Undoubtedly, if you do not get back in the game, you're doing yourself, your family, and your legacy a disservice. All right.
Can't say it any better than that. Number 5, upgrade amnesty. So this really applies to people who enrolled in Ibüümerang more than 60 days ago and their upgrade clock has expired and they didn't upgrade to coach or first or business class or first class, well, guess what? We're resetting everyone's upgrade clock so that they can upgrade in May and just pay the difference between where they are and where they want to go. So if you want to upgrade from standby to first class, it's $7.99. If you want to upgrade from coach to first class, it's $5.49. If you want to upgrade from business to first class, it's $2.99. Now check this out, guys. If a person upgrades from standby to first class in the month of May, that will count towards your It Takes Two in May. Okay? Now, if a person upgrades from coach or business class, that's great. We're excited about it, but it does not count towards your 2. Okay? Number 6. Rank advancement rewards. Now, this is new. This deserves a dun, 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 because we've never done this before, and our CEO is doubling down. Holton Buggs is doubling down and making great incentives for everybody to go crazy and explode their business in the month of May. Achieve director now these are for achieving these ranks for the first time. This is not for requalifying. So achieve director for the first time, $250 bonus. Senior director, $400. Executive director, $600. Sapphire, $1,000. Ruby, $2,000. Emerald, $3,000. Diamond, $5,000. Blue diamond, $10,000. And black diamond, you get a luxury timepiece, not a Fitbit, something super fancy. All right. And our CEO and Miss Earlene Buggs, they love watches. They love, matter of fact, it's not a watch at this level. It is a luxury timepiece, and they can't wait to go shopping for you and put something and put something really nice on your wrist. Okay, so this is massive. And again, this is for people who achieve these ranks for the first time. Okay. And you don't get them all. You get the highest one you qualify for. Okay? So if you go Sapphire, you don't get director, senior director, executive director, and Sapphire. You get the Sapphire bonus. Okay? You guys get that? Hope everybody understands that. Now, for all the diamonds who achieved diamond in April when we did not have this, here is something special for you. And this is for the diamonds that achieved diamond for the first time in April. Requalify your diamond, requalify your blue diamond during the month of May, and you get these bonuses. Love our CEO. Absolutely awesome. But wait, there's more. Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh no, okay, cool.
There's another one.
I thought it switched up on me. Okay, but wait, there's more. And this is the special advancement rewards. And this whole section is dedicated to Martha Ermias because she crushed her ranks in the very first days of the month. She actually qualified diamond in the first 15 days of the month. And so we want to, in her honor, we want to have a special reward for everybody who gets down to it, doesn't waste a day, and gets it done fast. So for those of you who achieve director, senior director, and executive director by midnight on May 7th, so that's the first 7 days of the month, you get 50% more on your rank advancement reward. So 250 becomes 400 for those directors. Senior directors are going to get 600 instead of 400, and executive directors are going to get 900 instead of 600 by getting it done by the 7th. Come on, guys, get to work. Don't waste a minute. Well, what about the higher ranks? Sapphires, rubies, emeralds, diamonds, blue diamonds, and black diamonds who get it done by midnight, May 15. So that's the mark that Martha set. So if you go Sapphire by the 15th, you get 50% more. You go 1,000, from 1,000, you go to 1,500. Ruby, 15% more, 2,000 to 3,000. Emerald, 50% more, 6,000. No, emerald and diamond is double. Sorry, emerald, diamond, and blue diamond, it's double. Instead of 3,000, you get 6,000. Diamond, instead of 5,000, you get 10,000. Blue diamond, instead of 10,000, you get 20,000. And black diamond, you get 2 luxury timepieces. So if you're a couple, that means that both of you get that. And so this is absolute fire, again, for new ranks and for the diamonds and above that achieved for the first time last month, for them to requalify. So I think Holton Buggs absolutely laid it out there. This is insane. This is huge. I want to challenge everybody. Go, go, go for it. Woo! That was a lot, Mark.
So if you get that was, but you know what? How exciting! How exciting! Mr. Buggs doubled down. It's not just up to $1 million this month. It's up to $2 million. So guys, look what happened last month. What do you think's going to happen this month? We're going to see diamonds popping like popcorn. We're going to see all kinds of ranks popping like popcorn. I saw Jackie Pippins put in one of the chats or on a post on social media, popping like popcorn. So bottom line is get yourself engaged, get yourself into the Momentum in May economic stimulus plan program. Make it happen. All right.
Absolutely. And I've just been reminded to speak a little slower for the translators. So I just want to make sure that everybody who's on with us today, we remember that we're being translated. So we need to slow it down just a little bit.
Okay. But I get so excited.
I know.
All right. So the exclusive coaching that everybody got last month, the training was set to be done today. Mr. Buggs wanted to be sure that he was ready to do it, and we gave people enough time and enough notice. So it's going to be on Monday, May 4th at 2:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. So an email will go out. Everybody will know we have the list, and the list is extensive. It's well over 1,000. So we will send that email out. That will go out today. But go ahead and let anybody know that that exclusive coaching session is going to happen on May 4th. And those are for the April folks that got their 2.
Got the 2 in April.
Yes. Okay, so we can't show and we can't read through all of the names. So what we're going to have to do here is go through iboomhub.com and just scroll. That's how many people have gotten, hold on, here we go, the Wall of Fame. So if you go to iBoomHub and go to promotions, there's a drop down on there. And so let me go ahead and start sharing my other screen here. And this, hold on a second. I did not mean to do that. I meant to do this. Okay, there we go. But here's the Wall of Fame. And guys, if we tried to read all of these names today, 2 things would happen. Number 1, it would take us a long time. Number 2, Mr. Buggs would kill us. So we will not try to read through all these names, but look at all of these names. Look at it.
I feel like we should have background music.
It's
living on the Wall of Fame.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Everybody knows your name.
Yeah. Yeah, stop singing.
Stop singing? Getting jealous about my singing skills?
This is crazy.
So
this is April. This is April, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
That's it. So go find your name in there. And again, guys, congratulations. Great job. Good stuff. And you know, this is what it's all about. It's about the It Takes Two program. And it started at Accelerate. So many people got excited at Accelerate. I can't tell you the number of stories, T. Gray, of people getting excited at Accelerate and launching their business. People who had been in since the very beginning. Accelerate was the catalyst.
Man, this is fantastic. It Takes Two. It Takes Two will take you to the top, you know, and I just want to encourage everybody, simple messages. It takes 2, but you know what? We got a powerful training coming up, and you're going to learn exactly how to leverage this in your business.
All right. So here's what I'd like to do now. I'd love to introduce, we have 5 new diamonds. We have a new blue diamond. We have a new black diamond. And this is going to lead up to the training. Okay. So before, you know, as we roll through these, you better be sure you've got your teams on, because you know what? You're going to hear from the two people that went to the highest levels last month, your new black diamond, your new blue diamond, and they're going to tell you and show you and let you know what they did. So let's get through and work through the diamonds here. And I don't want to miss anybody, and I want to make sure they get their due recognition, because getting to diamond is not easy. It is a fight.
That's right.
But it's doable. And you know, Mr. Fabrizio Massasso, diamond ambassador from Italy. Think about that, Italy. How did that happen, right? So in March, he went emerald, and in April, I'm jumping ahead. In April, I'm so excited, I'm jumping ahead. So in April, he went diamond and he broke 3 emeralds on his team. This gentleman right here, Mr. Fabrizio Massasso. Congratulations to you, sir. And I know that you are probably going to move right on through. And he went way past diamond. He was almost a blue diamond. So, Mr. Fabrizio Massasso, congratulations.
I would expect multiple diamonds coming out of Italy this month.
Yes, sir.
All right, we have Mr. Abiel and Ms. Estedat. I can't see the last name. The thing's coming.
Gebra Selassie.
Okay, thanks for the rescue. These guys having a phenomenal story. They've always wanted to achieve the diamond ranks. And the highlight of this story is that Abiel is a truck driver, and they live in Pennsylvania. He was on a truck run that took him to Minnesota at the time that we were doing the Accelerate event in February. And so he would not miss Accelerate. Instead of driving home first to Pennsylvania, he drove his truck to Houston so that he could make the event. All I can say is this: the people who make the biggest sacrifices get the most out of the event and get the biggest results. Congratulations to you two, Abiel and Estedat, brand new diamonds in Ibüümerang.
Awesome. So Mr. Gary and Mrs. Heidi Cowan. You know, Mr. T. Gray, I don't know much about these folks, but I do know this. And Mr. Buggs told me this, that Gary is a person who doesn't like the stage and the spotlight. And so, but I did see a video of him saying, on my birthday, on April 28th, I will be diamond. And I saw that at Accelerate. That's where he said it. And that man right there and his wife that was supporting him, they went diamond on April 28th. True to his word.
Love it. Happy birthday. What a great birthday present. All right. Now we have Ms. Aster Granum, our first diamond, our first Ibüümerang diamond in Norway. Yes, she's from Eritrea, where Martha Ermias is from, and she is cranking it out. Here's a powerful story. She got this done in about 6 months to become a diamond. She's been with our company about 6 months, and this is her first ever network marketing company. She doesn't have a history. She didn't bring a group, nothing. She built it from scratch, folks. So if you need some inspiration that you can do it from 0 to diamond, here you go. She put in the work and she crushed it. Congratulations, Aster.
And this couple here, I met them in Miami, Mr. Jordi and Mrs. Lydia Oviedo, and they are from Spain. And I remember talking to Mr. Oviedo on the deck of the yacht in Miami, in the harbor, and just a gracious, wonderful, humble person. And he said he was going to go diamond, and he did. And congratulations to them. Hats off. The first diamond in Spain.
Yes.
So I know there's more to come.
Yeah, Mark, this is a good things happen to good people story. And as a matter of fact, good things happen to good people when they make good things happen. So just so excited for these two.
All right.
Oh man, what a story here, right? And you're about to hear from her in just a couple of seconds. So folks, this is Ms. Martha Ermias from New Hampshire. by way of Eritrea. And she has come into our company and lit the world on fire and given everyone some incredible inspiration. She's always wanted to be in the diamond ranks. And she built a business that literally every month she progressed a level, progressed a rank. And this is a story about not hitting a level and sitting back and getting comfortable, but always pushing to that next level. Even when she hit diamond in April, in the first 15 days of the month, she didn't stop. And what I love about it is that Martha didn't stop because it wasn't about her. It was about her team members. She was working to help other people on her team achieve diamond, and she helped 2 people on her team do it. So guess what? She achieved blue diamond before the end of the month as well. She literally went diamond and blue diamond in the same month. This is a fantastic story of caring for your team, holding on to your dream, never settling, and girl power. Way to go.
And the ultimate here, this is Mr. and Mrs. Johnny Wimbrey, Johnny and Crystal. And I can't say enough about who these 2 individuals are. They are caring, they love their team. And I will say this, Mr. Wimbrey, I saw what was happening this past month. I don't know, I asked T. Gray yesterday, I mean, how many times do you think Mr. Wimbrey showed the plan this month? And he said countless, countless, countless. And, you know, I know that you guys have a huge heart and that your team, and you've brought your team up with you. It's not about you getting there, it's about your team achieving that success. And you've done that for your team. And I just want to say, you know, Mr. Wimbrey, hats off to you, man. And I know that this is just a quick stopping point for you. I know your goal, your dream, and where you're going is much bigger than anything else that you've done right now. I know you're creating a legacy for your family, for you and your family. So, and I'll turn it over to T. Gray to say a few words as well.
I'll just say that Johnny and Crystal are definitely an inspiration to people all over the world. Johnny in particular, made a huge decision in November to join our company. He walked away from one of the top incomes in our entire industry, and definitely one of the top incomes in the company that he was with prior. And I remember that he said it's because of trust, because he said, his words, Holton Buggs has never lied to me. And he saw the vision of Ibüümerang, and he totally bought into it. And now he has shared it with people with such passion, such energy, that just look what's happening, not just in his team, but all over the company. So he's been a positive influence on everybody in Ibüümerang, because the rising tide lifts all the ships. And so I just want to personally say thank you to Johnny Wimbrey for being a living, breathing example that the vision of Ibüümerang is real, that it works, and that people can absolutely win. And we're here to support you to do whatever it is that we need to do to help you to keep people winning in the way that you have. So can't wait for you to get on here and train everybody and share some of your fire with the Ibüümerang world this morning.
That's it. So I want to bring Mr. Wimbrey and Miss Ermias onto the call. There he is. Mr. Wimbrey, hold on. Let me make Martha the host as well, so she can get on and show her camera. Miss Ermias, you now have the ability to open your camera. There you are. Awesome. Welcome to flight school.
Yay, we are happy to be here.
All right, guys.
Hey, listen up, guys. I just want you to know I did not go change my shirt. And listen, I almost changed my shirt just so people wouldn't think I changed my shirt. I put the red shirt on earlier this morning, and we all knew Martha was going to outdo us. So
yeah, Martha got all coiffed and beautiful today, and here we are.
And this is me when if you saw the previous picture, that's normally how I wear my hair. Like, nobody has seen me with hair in like 15 years. So when you said something about growing your hair a while ago, T. Gray, I started growing my hair about 30 minutes ago.
There you go. And Mark said hats off to Johnny Wimbrey. I was like, well, he's been growing his hair, maybe hats on. But Well, we love you guys. And so here's what we want to do. I mean, everybody's been waiting to hear from you. We did our best to get through all of our stuff as quickly as we could so that we could set the stage for you guys. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to step back and let you guys just share with everybody whatever it is that you want to do to share that is going to inspire them and show them how to rock it in this great month of May.
Let's go. We're ready. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, T. Gray. Thank you so much, Mark. I have the incredible honor and pleasure of, how about we call this the Martha and Johnny show?
Let's do it, Johnny.
I have the honor and pleasure of having the one and only Martha Irmaeus. Listen, I've seen what you're about. Most people talk about what they're going to do. You never told me what you're going to do. You just did it. So I congratulate you. I celebrate you. And it's an honor to be sitting side by side with you right now in front of the world. And let's talk about business.
Absolutely, Johnny. Well, I want to say it's a huge honor to just be sharing this video with you. Actually, more than honor, it feels like it's a dream, to be honest, because I've watched you, I've heard from you, being inspired and learned a lot from you over the years and in our profession. And for me to be able to be on the same, like speaking with, I don't know, it seems like a dream. So I just want to say I'm blessed. I'm really blessed.
That means a lot to me. And likewise, I feel extraordinarily blessed to be in your presence. And, you know, the big ships and small ships rise when the tide hits and when the wave hits. And you have created a major wave, not just in Ibüümerang, but I'm sure in the industry. I'm sure the entire world of home-based businesses and network marketing is talking about what's going on in Ibüümerang, which I'm sure if they do any research, not just the numbers, but they start digging for the facts and the truth, I'm sure your name is synonymous with success and breakthrough and determination for the year of 2020. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And congratulations to you too, Johnny.
My pleasure. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, as you guys are watching us live right now on this Saturday, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time of what part of the world that you are in. If you're in Australia, in Asia, you may be climbing right into your Sunday morning. But we thank you and we welcome you. In no shape, form, or fashion is this designed to be, about me taking control or leading this interview. We are equally interviewing each other. We are sitting side by side to each other. And the reason is, this young lady that you're looking at right now has broken records, not just in Ibüümerang, but has broken records in the industry in terms of what has happened in her life. So if you don't mind, Martha, I kind of want to dig into your story a little bit. And you can feel free to dig into my story and kind of go back and forth. And I kind of want to start at the beginning because it's easy to be inspired by what someone does, but you fall in love with the inspiration of the story by understanding the why, the WHY, like where we come from. And I often talk, I talk very openly about my past and where I'm from. I talk very openly about my pitfalls, my downfalls in life, my mistakes in life. And then I talk very openly about the things that I've gone through that wasn't my fault. I was, just pushed into a situation. And, and I'll tell a quick joke to get the party started. Is that cool?
Sure.
All right. So there was a very wealthy man. Let's call him Uncle Holton. It's a very wealthy man that decided to throw a party for all the homeless people in their community or in their city. And this very wealthy man, let's call him Uncle Holton, decided that, he wanted to throw a party on his own personal property and have all the homeless people come to his house. Now, his house is, mansion, acres of land, beautiful backyard with a lake. Just super beautiful. So the party's going on. Everybody's happy. Uncle Holton gets a little bit too happy, drinking, the music's playing, like everything is amazing. And the Uncle Holton does it big, right? So Uncle Holton has, a few drinks and he's like super happy and he motions for the band to stop playing and everybody start coming around. He grabs the microphone and everybody's in anticipation to see what this rich man, Uncle Holton, is about to say to all these homeless people. And he gets super excited and he says, "Whoever can swim across my lake of alligators. This is a true story. Can swim across my lake of alligators, I will give them their weight in gold. So in the middle of him talking, there was a splash. And everybody turned around, and there was a skinny guy just swimming hard, swimming and giving it everything that he had to make it to the other side. He's passing up alligators. He's defying history. I mean, it's a life or death situation. It is a sink or swim situation. This guy eventually makes it to the other side, gets out of the water. He's dripping wet. He walks back around to where everyone else is, and Uncle Holton is shocked. Because if you know Uncle Holton, he jokes a lot. He was just kidding. And this guy walks around, and everybody's in shock, and Uncle Holton says, "Sir, I don't know how you did that, but if you could tell me how you did it, if you could tell me what happened inside you that made you make it to the other side." He said, "Not only will I give you your weight in gold, I will give you my daughter's hand in marriage." And the man dripping wet says, "Sir, I don't want your gold and I don't want your daughter. Just show me the person who pushed me in the water." So here's the deal. We have all been pushed into a situation that we didn't ask to be in. It's not our fault with what we're dealing with in the pandemic on a global scale. And just like me, you know, my first memory in life was living in a battered women's shelter, being homeless. My first memory in life, the first thing that I remember about me was struggle. And, you know, I was raised around gangs and violence and drugs. You know, my book, From the Hood to Doing Good, it's a true story. It's not a story on me, but you learn a lot about the principles that I use to create the mindset to where I'm at right now. So I made a lot of bad decisions. I'm very open about the things that I've done in my life that I'm not proud of. You know, as a teenager, I had a felony arrest in the United States. When you have a felony arrest, you know, that follows you forever. Like right now in the system, I'm 45 years ago. I'm 45 years old, you know, over 30 years ago, that still follows me. So I couldn't get a real job in corporate America because I had a felony arrest. So I had to start the path of entrepreneurialism when I decided to, you know, to change my life around as a teenager. And, you know, I talk very openly about where I come from because it is part of who I am, and it's a part of my fight from the inside out. And everybody knows my story. But Martha, we don't know your story. We don't know where you're from. And I want to talk about, you know, your beautiful country, Eritrea. And I want you to say it the right way, because I've heard people say it so many different ways. And when people say Caribbean and Caribbean, I tend to say it the way the people say it who live there, not the way the rest of the world says it. So if you could pronounce your country for me.
Ertra.
There you go, Ertra. I do my best. So I want to talk about that, if you don't mind, before we jump into, you know, the foundational things, because I want people to get to know you and know your community, your global community. So let's talk about Martha. Well, what do you want to share with us about, you know, your past, your upbringing, or anything that you want to share, even when it comes to your community?
Well, that's a lot. First of all, thank you for sharing your story, Johnny. I was just sitting here just getting inspired, and just like you said, our stories inspire. Then that's why we have to share it. We have to tell where we come from, the obstacles we have to overcome. So my first, I would say, the way I define myself, I'm an overcomer, and I always want to see myself that way. My first experience overcoming was I was actually raised in a well-to-do family. My father was very caring. He pushed me through school. I was very good in school. And then I started going to college, and this is in Ertra. So, and everything was okay. And then second year of college, I had a boyfriend, and I got pregnant. And that was a big hit. And in terms of, that was unexpected. And it's a big shame also in my culture, and was also very hurtful to my father as well, whom I really dearly loved. He's not alive right now, but so it was my biggest, I guess, my first experience of failure, the way I saw it. It's not. I have a beautiful son who is an assistant pastor, who lives in he's my biggest blessing for sure. He lives in LA. But at that time, it was a huge shock, and I was dealing with that. But the biggest what do you call it, difficulty or adversity that I got was the rejection I felt from friends, family, and the community. I felt like worthless, totally worthless. And my father raised me to be a fighter, but I thought I couldn't fight anymore at that moment. And there was a moment when I actually thought I should just end my life, because I felt so much shame, and it's like from top to down kind of thing. Wow. But I didn't do it because I said, if I ended my life, my father's going to still be sad. So what's the point? That's the only thing that kept me alive.
Well, let me say this. Thank you. Because if you, oh my God. Thank you for being alive, because there are so many people that are smiling. There are so many people who can breathe fresh air. There are so many people that are empowered from the inside out because you decided to live. So thank you.
Thank you, Johnny. Well, I'm honored too. But that experience taught me a lot, because, a year later, things were okay. I started doing school, my father embraced me. They started helping me with raising my child, and things were okay. So that was when the first time I understood that if things are bad, they're not going to be bad forever. And if things are good, they're not going to be good forever. So that's life, and we always overcome. So fast forward, finished school, and I felt like in my country, I like challenge, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's the way I was raised. I love to work for something more. And all of a sudden, after I graduated school, started, had a very good job with the UN. And I felt like I was part of the elite society all of a sudden, and I was just a college graduate. And I said, means that my country's not ready. There's not more that I can work for. That's when I thought about coming to the US, or maybe to Australia. I actually thought about Australia.
Yeah.
So I applied and came here to pursue school. So my story, I think, relates to a lot of Eritreans. A lot of people have migrated to different countries for better opportunities. So I came here, and, I was ambitious, land of opportunity, everything is great. My first year taught me here that I was not prepared for what was here. The society, the system, which is something you really don't realize when you have never traveled internationally and you've lived in your own country. You just think that it's just a transition, you just, here I am in a new country and I can start doing things. No. You're totally you're like a baby that was just born, and you're an adult. Doesn't just, the language, even though
I've never heard it explained that way. I literally, I got it instantly when you said that.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So I did speak the language because we learn in English, but my accent wasn't good. And, I was good in reading and writing, but speaking was kind of so all of a sudden I started to feel like I'm not going to be able to compete in this country, because I was always a winner back home. But here I said, I'm so far behind, starting so far behind. I'm not embraced by the culture because I act weird, talk weird. I'm new here. I'm different. And I remember telling myself that I'm not going to be able to compete here. And it's a land of competition.
Yeah, it is.
So, and there was a lot of things I didn't understand. I was going to graduate school, and they're talking about stock market. What is stock market? I really felt like it was like a bag of something. I didn't understand.
I love it. First of all, let me say this. Thank you for being that open with us, because in order for me to learn from someone, I like to know a little bit about where they come from. And, I always tell people, you can't follow parked cars. A parked car can sound good and not move, but you're still impressed because you haven't really inspected what you expect. And what I mean by that is you have to inspect what you expect. If you expect something, if you expect to get something from this training that we're about to do, if you're expecting to get something from us, our presence delivering to you right now, you have to inspect what you expect. So all I'm doing is asking questions. So people, you know, it's kind of like, you know, Inspector Gadget with a magnifying glass, getting to know you, getting to know where you're from, getting to know kind of the core story. So at least we have a launch pad so people can understand. And, you know, here's the, and I know there's so much more to your story, and I want to interview you at a future date if you're open to that. But I wanted people to know that regardless of who we are, both of us have thought about giving up. Both of us have entertained throwing in the towel. My definition of throwing in the towel may be totally different than your definition of throwing in the towel, but it would have ended up down the exact same road, which is self-sabotage. And I remember, you know, being pissed off at society, being mad at the world, because when I decided to change my life around, I became a licensed insurance agent at the age of 20. So I walked away from the streets right around the age of 18, 19 years old. So within a year and a half, I would graduate, you know, acting college, and that saved my life, believe it or not. And I would become an insurance agent. And here's a story that most people don't know, and I'll lead up to why I'm sharing this with you is, you know, when I was a insurance agent, you get in the state of Texas, you could sell insurance for 90 days on a temporary license. And the whole reason is, I don't know if it's like that now, but that's how it was back in 1996. So I became a temporary licensed insurance agent. And the reason they allow you to do that is because there's a lot of studying that goes on to get your license. And it's not cheap. So they want to see if you like the industry instead of just investing in it and not being successful and wishing you never invested. So 90 days go by. Within those 90 days, I'm one of the top 50 agents in the United States, and I'm just temporary. So now I got to get my license. So I took the test. I didn't want to slow down and take my test. I wanted to work. I wanted to stay at the top. So I studied a little bit. Actually, I studied a lot. I went to school. I went to a 3-day class because I didn't want to slow down to study on my own. And I took the test and I got a 67. All I needed was a 70. I took the test again within 2 days. And I think I got a 69. And the crazy thing is, it was a computer. So once you hit enter, there's no delay. It says pass or fail instantly. So there's no delay. So the third time I go in, I study the questions that I'm getting wrong, which was under the dental portion. And I got 4 questions that I just needed to get right to get a 70 or above. I didn't care about anything else. Went in and I passed it. I submitted my license to the state of Texas. About a week, maybe 10 days go by. And I get a letter in the mail from the Texas Department of Insurance, and I'm excited. I open it up, and it says, "We regret to inform you that you cannot represent the state of Texas because you have a felony arrest." Now, that was a huge no. That was a huge rejection. And I remember getting pissed off. I remember saying, you know what? The man's trying to hold me down. I'm going back to the streets. And that was my attitude. My attitude was, you know what? I've changed my life around. You guys don't want to give me and I was the victim, not owning the fact that everything that I've done, I did it. Like, it's not like I'm innocent. I am guilty of what they say I did. So although I was a teenager and now I'm an adult, it didn't matter. The state of Texas, it came with me. So my whole point of sharing that story is I decided 2 things. Either I'm going to turn this mess into a message, or this is going to knock me down. In every shape, form, or fashion in business, we get knocked down. We get knocked down, we hit our back. But here's the question. How do you get back up? Do you get up the same person, or you get up a different person? For some reason, I just got up somebody different. I just decided not to get up the same person, to get mad and go back to the streets and prove society that they can't hold me back, right? Dead end street. So I called the Fort Worth City courthouse, and there are hundreds of courthouses in Fort Worth City, and very busy. I don't know why I thought about this, but I called them and I said, I just remember the clerk and I, like, she kind of like she could see something in my eyes, and the judge called me out and he remembered my name, and And, you know, I was really impressionable, you know, to him. So I knew they would remember when I called. So I called and I said, will you guys write a letter on my behalf to the state of Texas just saying, give me another chance? Now, they didn't have to do that. As a matter of fact, even if they did do it, it doesn't mean anything. This is the state of Texas. Sure, we'll write you a letter. Basically, give Johnny Wimbrey another chance. About 10 days later, I got another letter in the mail from the Texas Department of Insurance, and I opened it up, and it was my license. It wasn't a letter of explanation, nothing. It was just my license. Now, here's the question. Why did I get my license? Because I took an additional step. I guarantee you that every reason that you believe Ibüümerang will not work for you, it is 100% traced back to the fact that you're not willing to take another step. The truth is, we all need to be rescued from something. We all have to be rescued from something. The shame or the guilt of your own personal decisions, whatever it is. But the question is, will you take a step and participate in your own rescue? I've made mistakes. Martha has just openly admitted to every single one of us. She let her parents down. She let her church down. She let her community down. She let her loved ones down. But what are you going to do about it? Do you get up the same person or you get up a different person? You're talking and looking to people right now who just refuse to get up a better person. We're not better than you. We just decided to get up better from where we come from. So with all that being said, Martha, I want to jump into asking you some questions, if you don't mind. Is there anything you want to share, anything that I just said?
Well, I think it's going to take us a long time if I started sharing, but I want to ask you a very quick question. What year was that year that you asked the judge for a letter? Because I have a very similar story, and I'm just wondering if it's the same year.
That's crazy. It was 1996.
My story is 1997.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
You know why I remember this? My temporary license was 95. I just finished school, and I got licensed in February, right after my birthday when I turned 21. So it was 1996. Wow. So your story, your defining moment story that you trace it back to is 97.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was. And I think I want to share it real quickly because I'm just so inspired, because one of the things that after I graduated college, you know, I graduated with a very bad grade, because that year when I was going through all of that, really got a hit. Like I barely made it. And then, you know, the way the grades are calculated back home, once you made it, it's down, your GPA really gets hurt. So even if I tried so hard the next 2 years, I couldn't get it back up. So I didn't have the grades to actually do graduate school. So I wanted to do graduate school. That's the next best thing. And those schools in the US, the minimum GPA you have to have is 2.8, and I graduated with 2.2. So I've, just like you said, I've let the whole community, everybody is believing that I've already lost my chance in life, okay? And I did not want to accept that. I said, you know, I was that champion Martha before, and an incident happened in my life temporarily, and I'm back to that Martha. I mean, I know I have the potential, but the world says you don't have a chance, because my certificate or my GPA, like my transcript, I can't prove it to them, because my papers say you are a failure. You're like 2.2. You don't deserve to go to graduate school. So what helped me was my faith in God. And I prayed and I said, God, you and I know I can do this because you gave me the potential, but the world doesn't. So I'm still going to go ahead and apply with a 2.2 GPS when they're saying the minimum is 2.8. So I went ahead and applied to different schools. I wrote my story, and one school, they had to hold a special meeting to see if they want to accept me or not. And they did. Wow. That's how I started my life in the US. So,
you know what's, I love this because you have two people who could justify why we're not successful. Like you can have excuses or you can have success. You can't have both, right? And this is why I'm really big on empowering people as a person. I love motivating people. I love building leaders, because I know if I help build you, Martha, as a leader, it doesn't matter what you put your hands to, you're going to be successful. So if I know your hands are on Ibüümerang, I want to develop you as a leader, so you're successful in your entire life. Ibüümerang just comes with the territory, right? We could sit up here right now and talk to everybody about why we are not successful and justify the excuse and make you feel sorry for us, almost like you're watching news. And we could literally justify it. Like, this is why we're not successful. This is why we depend on our government to take care of us. This is why, because we can have so many excuses. But just like the guy who got pushed in the water, pushed into a situation you didn't ask to be in, wasn't your fault. Some of the things were my fault. Some of the things were your fault. It doesn't matter. It's a sink or swim situation. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to respond to it? And this is something that I have said to people for years, to the point where it hits me more probably than more people that I taught, because it's my words coming back on me right now. Is it's not what happens to you. It's what you allow to happen in you when it happens to you. When you got the 2.2, that happened to you, but you didn't let it happen in you. When someone says, no, I don't want to join your business, that happens, but I don't let it happen in me. So let's start off right there. Like, what inside you makes you not listen to a no?
I guess it depends on the situation, but it's I don't know. It depends on the context, but in the context of business,
mm-hmm.
I understand people have choices. Everybody has a choice. So, and it's fair. I mean, that's how we're created. I make choices. I make choices to what I say yes to or no to. So if somebody says no, they have a choice to say no. But that doesn't stop me from getting what I want to get.
Mm.
When I with the school thing that I told you, all the universities, some of them didn't even respond to me, but a lot of them rejected me. But one school said yes. So one no doesn't mean always no at all. So I'm not going to stop pursuing what I believe I'm capable of doing, or what God has granted me the potential to do, just because there's a few obstacles that people say no. I mean, they have a choice to say no. It's okay, but I can still keep going.
So this is ironic. You're a dean of education or an assistant dean of education?
Yeah.
Where?
In LA, Los Angeles Community College District.
So the same person that was denied to enter a university is now the assistant dean at a university. That, I mean, you talk about not allowing somebody else's opinion to become your reality. She's the essence of that. You're the essence of that. So I want to kind of transition into the business side of it, because when you're a giant, you're a giant. When you have a mindset of a giant, you have the mindset of a giant. So anything that you put your hands on, you're going to succeed. Huh?
I'm very short.
You may be physically short, but there's a winner inside you that's bubbling to come out. Are you, when you started Ibüümerang, with a part-time basis because you're a assistant dean of education?
No. Actually, I actually left that career with another network marketing career. And then I started my own coaching business. That was what I was doing when yeah.
Very cool. So let's talk about that. How long have you been involved with network marketing?
5 years, exactly.
5 years.
Yeah.
How successful would you say you have been in the past, if you were to equate it to Ibüümerang's compensation plan? Like, what would be the highest level of equivalent from the other company that you were involved with?
I would say the level, as far as the ranking, I did get a very prestigious rank in the other company as well, and pretty quickly. But again, it depends on how rank is not the only way you define success. So I don't feel like I was as successful there. I couldn't develop leaders.
You could not develop leaders over there.
I couldn't. And it's not because they were not working hard. It's not because I wasn't doing the right thing. I was totally committed and dedicated. Actually, Ibüümerang, I was less committed at the beginning. But this one, I kind of like really, I said, I'm going to give it my 150% for 2 years. And it doesn't give me the results that they're promising, then I walk away. That's how I started. So 150% was what I was giving. And I fell in love with the profession. I started going to seminars, reading books, doing everything, helping my team day and night. But it was hard for most people. And when it's too hard, you know, the mindset is not made up. Like for a lot of people, they're not ready mindset wise. Right. So if it's too hard, they quit. So I was losing my leaders, like I would say in our company, maybe like sapphire level. People would be, sapphire level, people would be gone. So I could not develop leaders. And because of that, I worked very hard for 4 years. And my first year and a half, I was doing good. It was success. And then my business started to go down.
So you bring them in, you bring them in the front door, they're walking out the back door on the other side.
Yes.
So it was your job to save those people and keep them in the system in a company that probably didn't have what it takes to keep them.
Absolutely.
They depended on you to keep them.
Yeah.
Don't you love the Prib?
I love the Prib.
So you have people who may be watching right now that are a part of another company, and maybe they are at that mid-range rank or maybe even higher level rank, and they have to replace their production every month just to get their check. What would you say to somebody who's watching from a distance right now that is afraid to start all over like I just did? I started all over on November the 2nd of 2019. We'll talk about that in a minute. What would you say to somebody who's watching right now that says, you know what, man, Ibüümerang looks tasty. Ibüümerang looks appetizing, but I'm afraid to walk away from, from this to get this. What would you say to that person?
What I would say is, every success in any company or person, even as a human being myself, innovation and like the change that we bring is really what brings the success.
That's right.
So, just like Albert Einstein said, just trying to do the same thing and expecting a different result is insanity.
Yeah.
Sometimes if the system doesn't work, it's not how hard you work. The system has to work for you. The people has to be the right people. I mean, when I say the right people, I'm not like, I don't want to.
You're talking about from a corporate executive point of view.
Yeah.
From a corporate state. So you can represent a great product, but have horrible executives or a horrible infrastructure in terms of corporate and internally.
Yes. And that's exactly what I want to say. Like from corporate side, I believe because Mr. Holton Buggs, he was a distributor. He understands the walk of a beginning distributor and a very successful distributor. He understands what it takes and what people need to succeed. And he put that together in a platform. So it's almost like I feel like there's no excuse to not succeed.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's easy because success is never easy. But I also want to say it's easy because it is easy. But
let's say simple. Let's say simple.
Simple.
Because I know why you're saying that, because easy sounds lazy, and we don't want you to get that. We don't want you to get that vibe. So let's go with simple, because simple means you just plug into systems. Yeah. When you plug into systems, like this microphone is simple to work, not because I understand how it works. It's simple because there's a button.
Yeah.
So Ibüümerang is the button. I feel like, on November the 11th, November the 2nd of the year 2019, we're talking about 6 months ago. This is not a long time ago in history. Mm-hmm. Yours was October 2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking to two people who hit two of the highest ranks ever accomplished in Ibüümerang, and we did it in 6 months. Now, you would expect me to do it. I'm just being honest. Like, if I go to a company based on the history of research of who I am and what I've accomplished in the past, it's not that impressive for me to do it again. Now, there are things that I plan on doing in Ibüümerang that will be massively impressive to me because I've never done it before. But you would expect me to hit some certain level of respectful success in the first 6 months. But the truth is, here's what... The day Ibüümerang launched, I joined. secretly. So I hid in Ibüümerang. Now, if you're watching this for the first time, you're not going to be able to relate to this story, but I'm going to put a point on it so you'll understand. When I joined, I had to hide because I was in another company making over $180,000 a month. And any word of me having a position in Ibüümerang with the intention of building could have jeopardized that income. So I came to the launch in Las Vegas, which was the last weekend of August, the first weekend of September. So it bled into September 1st. And no one knew I was there. I was very strategically snuck in and very strategically snuck out. So nobody knew I was there except for a handful of people. And I had family members. I had friends that were there that didn't know I was there. Very good friends. So on my way back from Las Vegas, in the middle of my flight, I get a phone call that my father passed away. So I'm leaving this event excited, and I know my father is about to transition at any moment. We know this. It wasn't a shock. However, when I landed on the airplane, I went straight to my father's house. So that was my life after seeing my first event. And you know what the energy that you leave after seeing an event, and you understand the reality of what you have your hands on. So I would not decide to go public and start working Ibüümerang until November the 2nd. The moment I made the announcement, I was locked out of the other company. Like the second, while I was on stage still talking, they were locking me out because they were watching me live. They're probably watching me live right now. So I lose $180,000 a month to start Ibüümerang at zero. Now, one thing I could tell you about me, you'll never trace me back to a lie to make money. That's something I stand on, very promising. So when I joined Ibüümerang, the only thing I got was I joined the first day. And for the record, Holton Buggs has not paid me any money, no signing bonuses like a lot of companies want to give me. They haven't offered me anything above and beyond the compensation plan that we all have access to. And I'm publicly saying this because I still know that people, even leaders in Ibüümerang, and I understand, I would probably think it too. But I'm going to say something right now to get this out of your head so you'll never have to think it again. If you can prove that Holton Buggs offered me anything to join Ibüümerang, I'll donate $25,000 to your favorite children's charity. That's how confident I am and what I stand for. So now that you know that, I started basically from scratch building Ibüümerang. Everything that I have brought to the table, everything that I've built in Ibüümerang to hit rank has to do what I brought to the table and on down. And the reason I'm saying that is this: I could have used the death of my father as an excuse to take some time off. Now, that was coming out of that event in Las Vegas, right? What's our next event? December. December, we're in Miami. That event we go to, amazing event. I get on the airplane, leaving that event on a Monday. Tuesday morning, I land Monday night. Tuesday morning, I go in for surgery for spinal surgery. So I'm on my back for the entire holidays. December, holidays, I'm on my back, I can't move. I could use that as an excuse of why I can't start with a fast start. So here's my whole point. Guys, you can have excuses or you can have success. You can't have both. So with that being said, Martha, both of us can justify why we shouldn't be successful, but we're not using that as our crutch. Many people do. What is your idea of daily method of operation as, you know, as an ambassador in Ibüümerang? What does Martha do, or at least what's your thinking on a daily basis that got you to where you are today?
So, well, part of what we do is bring more people into our business so that we have more partners, which is expansion of our business. So recruiting is part of it. So we're talking to people, I'm talking to people and connecting with people. So that's part of what I do openly. And also there are going to be people that come into the business that have no experience for the most part in business or in network marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to start them right. And like as a sponsor, we have to mentor and coach them for a little bit until they're independently running as well. So I do both of those. I bring people in, and I help people develop into the leader that they could be.
When I met you for the first time, for the first time that we did an interview. First time we did an interview, kind of like we're doing right now, I believe within those 30 days, I want to say you were maybe even a Sapphire, I don't know, but I think that I interviewed you at Ruby for the first time, or you already Emerald?
I think I was Emerald.
Okay. You got to understand the reason we don't remember because what she accomplished was so fast. Like when Holton says this, we're not saying this with exaggeration, Martha. I've been doing this for 20 years. Holton's been doing it for 30 years. So he's older than me. Write that down, people. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm just kidding. I'm 45. I believe he's 48. He's like 2 or 3 years older than me.
Uh-huh.
We've never seen anything like what has happened in your organization in the last, I think, 90 to 120 days. So when I ask you the question, what's your daily method of operation? There are so many people would say, oh yeah, that's what we do.
Mm.
But it can't be. They can't be doing what you're doing because they would have the same results that you're having. On a daily basis, what's going on that has created this level of growth? And it's literally impossible to experience what you have experienced without elevating a lot of people. So you're elevating and you're bringing a lot of people with you at the exact same time. What's the mantra? What's the daily method of operation, the thinking that goes on in your organization?
So I guess I want to tell it as a story of how we did this in the last 6 months.
Please.
Okay, so first of all, the no excuse part. It's when I started Ibüümerang, I was traveling to Canada for a speaking engagement, and I was putting together an event in Israel for my coaching program, which was in December, and I was moving from state to state in October 15. So when I started Ibüümerang, a lot was happening in my life that I wasn't ready for it. But one thing I understand is, first of all, in business, not just Ibüümerang or network marketing, the first thing you want to do is exposure. You have to expose your business. That's what we do. That's what marketing is. There's no business if there's no exposure. People need to know about your business. So first thing I did was, okay, let me expose it like ASAP. And I was traveling, I remember, so I was talking to at least 5 to 10 people a day.
Write that down.
My goal was
5 to 10 people a day.
Yeah, my goal was 10. But sometimes I would get so tired because of what was going on. A lot was going on in my life. So sometimes I would hit it, sometimes I wouldn't, but at least 5 I did. Minimum was 5, maximum was 10. I did that.
When you say you talk to, does that mean presentation or is just an introduction for a future presentation?
Actually, I just said that I just invited people to take a look.
Exactly what I did.
Yeah. So I just invited people, because I saw what Ibüümerang is capable of, like very, very quickly. And I was proud.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking like, what are they thinking right now when they hear that? Okay. You're using I Decide and you made it a goal, 5 to 10 people a day. Yeah. Okay. So that is a major piece that has led you to where you are today. You made a commitment 5 to 10 a day, not presentations, just getting 5 to 10 people to watch your I Decide video every day.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what she means by that. That's great. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So with that, I recruited 7 people. So we started with 7. And then out of those 7, as soon as I started with 1. So 1 person came into my organization. So we put together a Zoom meeting for him to invite. And by then I had a few more, so we started a Zoom presentation. And I want to give a lot of credit to my sponsor and mentor, Alex and Jennifer Lee. they know how to do this. And I'll tell you what, one thing Alex told me, because I told you I was so busy that this was going to be very, very part-time for me. But then Alex said, okay, when's our Zoom meeting? When's our next Zoom meeting? He asked that question. And this was on, I think we did on Friday, and he asked that question. And I said, okay, maybe next Thursday. And he said, how about Monday? I was like, oh my God, you know? And then he said, no one's going to outwork me. So I saw the speed he was going. I said, okay, and I really don't like disappointing a person that's working with me or helping me. I don't want to disappoint them at all.
That's so good. You know, I just want to jump in real quick. Alex and Jennifer, their work ethic is just insane. They're great leaders, love them to death. I had a guy out of Germany, Benji, and they want to be respectful to my time. And so, of course, he's like, you know, hey, Johnny, when can we do the next Zoom? Can we do it next Saturday? I'm like, I can't see beyond 48 hours. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be, or what I'm going to feel like doing, you know, Saturday. I don't know. Why don't we just do it tomorrow? He just hit Sapphire. If I would have allowed him to think always be respectful to Johnny's calendar next week, he wouldn't be where he is. And what I'm teaching him is, you know, you gotta build in the now. And that's what you just said to me that Alex and Jennifer told you. You know, you gotta, you know, you compress the time, you compress the success. Guys, I have a very special announcement that's going to be coming up in just a second. You do not want to miss, so stick around. But go ahead and finish. I want to finish the story of what you're sharing.
Yeah, you just actually, I thought of something as you're saying that. So we started that way. And then the other thing that I understood about our business, which a lot of people make a mistake on, they take their time to study what we do. In my old opportunity, there was a guy who told me, what are you doing? He says, oh, I'm in the library studying the compensation plan for like 6 months. Jeez. Okay, that's an extreme. But I said, you know, I am not here to, I'm going to know what it, first of all, you join people, you don't join, you know, like you trust the person that actually brought you in. So you let them lead you. So I said, okay, Alex, what do I need to do this week? What is my goal? Tell me what my goal should be. So we talked about how much money I want to make in the year. So he said, what should I do this week? Just tell me that. He told me that. I started working. And then the people that I was bringing in, they were asking me, how does this work? How does that work? If you really want to know, you can go watch the video here. I don't know. I don't know how it works yet.
That's exactly what I do.
I am building right now.
Hold on. Are you talking in the now? You don't know yet? Like right now you don't know, or that was back then?
No. Back then. That's what I would tell them. I don't know how that's done right now, but if you're really interested, that's what you want to do, go look it up, because I am building. I don't have time to learn all this. And when I hit the first 2 ranks, I didn't know I hit it. Alex texted me and said, hey, you're a director or a senior director right now. And I said, what does that mean? So he texted me again and he said, hey, there is a promo for the Sapphire Splash. You know, if you hit the Sapphire in this month, you can actually win a trip. And for me, my personality, winning the trip, I mean, I'm just being honest, winning the trip and everything, that's really not a crazy thing for me. But I know the story is going to inspire a lot of people.
So you fight for the story so you can empower the team.
Absolutely. And then there are people who would be very happy to win a trip.
Right. I got a lot of those on my team.
Exactly. So I said, okay, I got to do this. So what does that mean? You got to be Sapphire by this date. That's when I said 5 to 10 people a day. So I went really, really hard on it, and I hit Sapphire within the first 2 weeks.
So you created a formula and you were faithful to the formula.
Yeah.
So I remember I did a call and I talked about, if you really want to hold yourself accountable to daily exposures, expose 2 people a day. I think anybody on the planet can expose 2 people a day. If you want to win and get to the top, show 5 to 10 a day for as many days in a row as possible that it takes. She's at the top of the comp plan because she did it not once. She didn't do it for 30 days. That's what she does. It's a part of where, you know, what she did, the formula to get to where she's going. So the question is, what is your formula? And I'm not talking to Martha, I'm talking to everybody. Like, what is our formula of what we do? When I knew that I wanted to hit Black Diamond, and this just happened, so this is a new story. This is not an old story. when I knew I wanted to hit Black Diamond, I knew that I needed to know the number every day that I needed to hit. And the number to hit Black Diamond in 30 days is 33,500. So 33,500 in volume every day for 30 days would get me to Black Diamond. So I got to the point where I would look, I was like, okay, you know, we have this, my favorite thing about the back office is the peer report. Like that helped me so much last month because I was able to look at each individual's numbers and know where they are and help push them to the next rank. So I knew my number and I knew everybody else's number too. What do you have to do on a daily basis to get to where you're going? Yours is 5 to 10. Mine was making sure that 35,500 in volume every day would go into my organization. Now, this is me being very transparent. Right around day 15, I got capped on your volume. Now, for those of you who are listening to this, I can only count per leg or per lineage that I have a volume that I can calculate that's going to help me go Black Diamond. So once I hit, I think it was, is it 600,000? I hit 600,000 on you in volume. I couldn't count any more of that volume, and you did almost 1 million. So then Michael Jeck, same problem. Good problem. I cap on his volume. So I need to get to 1 million. No, 2 million. Is it 2 million? No, it's 1 million to hit Black Diamond. I get confused. So it wasn't. So it was 300,000, I believe. 300,000. So 300,000 on Martha, 300,000 on Jex. Bam. They both did that in the first 15 to 20 days. So I could no longer count any of y'all's volume. My 2 fastest growing teams, I can't count your volume anymore. So right around day 20, I'm like, man, I'm doing way more than 33,500 a day. But I remember having this thought. I'm probably going to hit Black Diamond in May. And I was okay with that thought. And it's not okay that I was okay with that thought. It wasn't okay for me to be okay with that thought. It just meant I needed to go to work. And I remember snapping out of this thinking and saying, no, you said you were going to go Black Diamond in April, and that's what you're going to do. So rapid fire, nonstop Zooms, whatever it takes. And I took the energy off of me, and I found people who wanted to hit the next rank. And I think that was the key. I started looking for people who wanted to hit the next rank, and I took the attention off of me wanting to hit the next rank. Right around day 25, I remember telling my wife, I'm like, I think we're going to hit this. And she said, I thought you said you were capped. I said, I was, but these other teams are going to work. I got new people that I'm bringing into the business. I brought a new guy in who went Sapphire. I brought a new girl in Trinidad who went director, never done network marketing before. So I'm back building and digging. And what I'm doing is I'm showing everybody else that what I teach, I still do. How important do you think it is for people to see us doing what we're asking them to do?
It's like a deal breaker, basically. First of all, people won't do anything that they don't see you do. I mean, they don't respect you enough to hear what you're saying, what you're telling them to do.
Ooh, hold on. Martha just went in on us. She just, boom. That is so true. Say that one more time.
I mean, if you're telling people to do something and you're not doing it, internally, they're not going to respect what you said because you're not doing it. You got to fight with them. You've got to do what you're asking them to do.
So you got to be the message that you're bringing.
Absolutely. I want to tell you something, Johnny. You came to fire our team up during the month of April, and you taught us to think of the last day of the month is the 15th.
Yes.
Okay? That's why you got cut from our team.
That's so good. I love it. I love it. And I remember saying that you got to work like the 15th is the last day of the month. Yeah. And wow, it's so obvious that that's what you did now.
And that's what every single person, like we translated that, people learned that, and that's how they started working. And I did exactly the same thing that you did too. I was not planning to go blue diamond the month of April. My plan was diamond. And when I got it to 15, I said, I'm not going to stop, you know, because
he hit diamond on the 15th day of the month for the first time ever. Like, think about that. That's April. 15. So March, she had an entire March and she didn't hit diamond. So the clock resets at the first of the month and volume restarts. So what she didn't do in the whole month of March, in the middle of a global pandemic, she did it in 15 days in April. Now, I want people to understand, on record, April has been the worst month in human history tragedy. Human history. The April 2020, it will go down history, so far go down in history, and hopefully May won't be as bad. You did something in April in 15 days that you couldn't do or didn't do in March in 30 days. And then you use the last 15 days of the same month to do what only 3 people in the history of Ibüümerang has ever done. You did it, and then you did it again in the same month and within 15 days. That's monumental.
You know, the funny thing is, I live to inspire. That's what says on my Facebook. I want to inspire. Yeah. I want to inspire others to show them what can be done. And the only way I can do it is by doing it. When I joined network marketing, the only reason I joined network marketing is to show people that it could be done. I didn't even know it could be done, but I saw it as an opportunity, as an option. But I said, you know, there is no way they will, because I was thinking about people who need like better opportunities, and because they were working really not good jobs and not having a quality life and not getting married on time because they don't have enough money. I see those problems in my community, and I said, this is a better way. Why don't they do that? Because I was an assistant dean and my life was okay. I had a good income, but I wanted to lead people into that because I've always preached, go to school. But people don't go to school because their families are suffering back home. Yeah. So they say, okay, let me help this year, second year, third year, fourth year. Before they know it, they're too old. I don't want to go to school now. So they get stuck. So this problem, I wanted to solve it, and I wanted to push people to do it. And that's why I say the only way they're going to do it is if I lead the way. They have to see me do it. So even here in last month, the reason I run so hard is because I don't want to cut my people. Yeah. I wanted to go to the next level. But the funny thing is, I want to say is, we produced 2 diamonds, that's what makes me the happiest the most. And
me too.
And it's people who've never done network marketing. I mean, Abel had like a 6 months experience. It's just, I trained him for 6 months, didn't have a lot of success, learned a little bit of skills, came here, but he was a dreamer and he wanted to be successful. Like who's going to show me the way? He came to America, wanted to be successful. He was, and I mean, his story is amazing. We'll talk about it another time. But so we like they and I want to go back to how they started.
Yes.
You know, I told you 5 to 10 people. I did that. I told them to bring 10 people to Zoom every single time we do it.
And you just kept it.
And Abel always brought 11.
Wow.
He said, I got 11. He was competing with everybody. He wanted to be 1% more. He didn't want to be like at a 10. And I want to go back also because he started a team. You know, there's leadership. Started a team, and his team actually went away completely. And he was not like his first team.
So he built.
He recruited. He built
hit the ground, and then he had to rebuild it.
He had to rebuild it completely.
That's the story I love.
Yeah, he went harder and harder and harder, and then always learning how to develop his people also. Like from Alex, asking a lot of questions. He's like driving a truck, right? If we make a phone call, you know, this story he'll tell you, he's taking notes. He would stop and take notes. It's just a conversation.
No, I've seen him.
Yeah.
Remember, I was interviewing you, and you know, we were on Zoom, and I just left the cameras open, and I saw this guy driving, and I just remember thinking to myself, he's a hero. like he's driving, building the business, but he's also supplying the world with whatever he's driving around the world, around the United States. And there's so many elements within your organization that I look at and I say, anyone who allows themselves to live with whatever excuse they want to live with after hearing your story and after knowing where you come from, then you get to keep your, I mean, if you argue for your limitations, guess what? You get to keep them. You don't argue for your limitations. Your team is not arguing for the limitations. And limitations right now, Martha, is, you know, the coronavirus. You know, everybody is at home. Nobody's traveling. The excuse is, you know, Martha, I can't go out and do a presentation. Your community, and when I say your community, the people who are from your country are all over the world. I see that you have a new director in Norway. A new diamond in Norway. I see ranks popping in your organization all over the world while we can't travel. So I can say this, and please, when I say this, I want you to understand, I'm saying this is 100% truth. I don't think that I would have went Black Diamond in April if we were able to travel. I think the only reason that I was able to accomplish Black Diamond in April is because I was forced to only be able to do Zooms. I was in front of more people in the month of April than I was in the entire year of 2019, just because of Zoom. Yep. So what most people are using as an excuse, we have used to create massive momentum, like massive momentum. We are a technology-driven company. We're using technology. Here's something that I said to Michael Jex probably about 2 months ago. And I made it part of the culture in the organization after I said it to him. And I said, man, you're going to have to create positive distractions because life is happening. Life is happening to us all right now. And when life happens, it's how we respond to it. And I said, Jex, you're gonna have to find positive distractions. It is worth it. It is worth it to find positive distractions. The same thing I've told every single leader in my organization. We've gotta find positive distractions and we have to be the positive distraction. Here's something that I implemented right around, I would say, late February going into the March. I made it, and this is not a cliche or an exaggeration. I said, I'm going to make it my God-given obligation to distract people with positivity during the pandemic. And there's only one distraction that I wanted to share, and that was Ibüümerang. So I wanted to be if you go to my social media, if you look at all my posts, I have never done what I've done before in the last 45 days. I said, screw Johnny's brand. Who cares about Johnny's brand right now? I'm going to brand my leaders. I'm going to edify my leaders. If you look at my social media, it's all about leaders. It's all about people who are ranking up. Why? I want to be a positive distraction to the world. So for those of you who are listening to me right now, you're afraid, well, I spent so much time and energy building my brand on social media that I don't want to post Ibüümerang stuff because it will dilute my brand. How much money have you made by building your brand? Like, we fight more for likes than we do generational wealth. So for the first time, I'd say about 8 weeks ago, I said, you know what? I don't care. I don't care anymore. I've spent so much time building my brand. And I just got to the point, you know what? I'd rather build and help people become successful than protect my brand right now. And I had that moment and I'm like, I don't care anymore. I don't care what I post. I'm going to post positive things. I'm going to be a positive distraction. And it's all going to be Ibüümerang related. People who joined, who are making money in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of a crisis. That's kind of the brand that I started building. How to make money in the middle of a crisis. And I rode that brand, and that's what I wanted to do. So I believe using a positive distraction created a new culture. And speaking of cultures, what would you say to somebody right now in terms of how valuable is it to understand that no matter what you do is going to duplicate? If you duplicate bad, if you do something bad in the organization, bad will duplicate. If you do good, good will duplicate. Duplication is duplication. You can't stop it unless you want to change it. You could change what you duplicate, but you can't stop duplication. When I talk about events, like this Zoom is an event. So the culture that I create is if I talk to Ibeel today, I'm going to say, hey, Ibeel, how did you feel about flight school this morning? I didn't ask him, was he on? See, if I ask you, were you on flight school? Now I'm creating a culture that I'm not, that I'm clueless to your passion. I'm going to assume you were there. So every time I ask you, Johnny's going to assume I was on. I do the same thing with events. To me, this is an event. We have Vegas coming up. That's an event. And speaking of that event, I'm going to show a quick slide real quick. Mark, if you could put this up. Martha, when it comes to culture, if it was like, your top 10 most important things to implement in your team and duplicate, where would you put culture?
Number 1.
You hear what she just said? Culture is so important. I'm not asking people, Martha, I would never ask you, are you going to Vegas? Because I don't want to duplicate that culture. I'm going to ask you, what day are you arriving? Are you getting there on Thursday or Friday because we're planning some leadership things? That's the culture I want to create. I'm assuming you're going to be there. I believe that if you don't have the assumption that your team is plugging in, the only reason you wouldn't assume it because you're not plugging in. See, I assume my entire team is plugged into this. I assume my entire team is plugged in to being in Vegas. Why? Because that's the culture I create. I expect it. I inspect what I expect. If I expect, listen, I expect to own the stage in Las Vegas. So I have to inspect, like Hansel and Gretel, pick up the crumbs to figure out how do I make that happen. And when I say own the stage, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about I want more people in my organization walking across that stage with a new rank than anybody else in the company. Well, Johnny, that's selfish. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with the culture that I want to create. The culture is we expect to have more people on stage. I expect you to be in the audience. I expect you to be there clapping, and I expect to be clapping for you. That's creating a culture without permission. So, Mark, if you'll show the slide real quick. I'm super excited about this, Martha. Martha, what day are you going to be in Vegas?
I will be there the 19th.
The 19th,
yes.
The day, 2 days before it starts.
2 days before it starts.
That's how I ask my leaders about events. Not if you're going to be there. When are you getting there? This is something that Holton, Mr. and Mrs. Buggs just implemented, and they have extended. The full price is $299. Right now, it's basically half off. Have you seen this number before, Martha, at $150?
No.
You have not? I don't think anybody has. It's an early bird special this weekend and this weekend only. The tickets are available at iboomhub.com. Now listen, half off the tickets price for anybody who purchases a ticket while tickets last, because it's probably going to sell out. Right now, you can get your ticket for $149. Listen, I know the very first thing that's going to come to your mind, because I'm human. Johnny, how do we know we're going to be able to travel? Listen, my vision is much more greater than my knowledge. My vision is we'll be in Vegas. My knowledge is, well, if I turn on the news right now, there's no evidence I'm going to be able to go to Vegas. Here's the thing. I bet on my vision, not my feelings. I bet on my vision. I never bet on my knowledge. So I'm telling you right now, the culture that you want to create in your organization. Let me give you a quick hint, and I want you to chime in on this. Actually, I want you to go in on this. I want you to take time to talk about culture. I'm going to show you how to create culture without permission. All right? Here's how I create culture without permission. I send a text out to my team right now, all of my leaders. And I have a Sapphire chat. I have an Emerald chat. So I have access to all of my leaders in the click of a button. I can send a message right now to all of my leaders and say, screenshot your booking to Vegas and post it on the team page. Mm-hmm. What did I just do? I just created a culture without permission. So watch this. If I can't tell anybody else what to do, and I can't even tell people who are my team what to do, but I will say this, your team is watching right now. And you say that you're a leader. This is how I talk to my leaders. But this is true. This is how I create culture. I want every single one of my Sapphires and above to book Vegas, to book vision right now. Why? Because we got to be the message that we bring. We have to be the hope that we bring. We have to be the example that we want to bring. Listen, we got to be the leader that we would want to follow. I'm pausing right there because I really want you to hear what I just said. You have to be the leader that you want to follow if you're a Sapphire and above. So give your people something to follow, book vision right now, take a screenshot and post it everywhere. Let them see your name in the screenshot that you have booked vision. You want to get really crazy? Go book your hotel. I guarantee you the rates that are available right now are absolutely insane.
Yes.
Like insane prices. Take a screenshot of that and book and show us that too. Why? Because now you're showing us how crazy your vision is. I want you to duplicate a culture of a team that has crazy vision. Well, Johnny, I know some of you guys are still focusing on your knowledge instead of the vision and the faith. Johnny, what happens, when we get to August and, we can't go because of the coronavirus? Holton and Earlene Buggs will credit you for the next event or credit you for the very first event coming up. In other words, there's no loss. Yeah. The only loss is if you have to pay $300 because you were afraid to pay $150. Mm-hmm. That's really the only loss. The loss is if you pay $300 when right now it's available for $150. So I'm asking all the leaders, if you're a leader in the chat right now on Facebook and on Zoom, if you're going to book vision, say yes. If you're going to book vision and take a screenshot, go yes, yes. If you're going to book vision and take a screenshot and book your hotel, yes, yes, yes. Look at that. I'm looking at it all over the world. So I want you to jump in on culture. Let's talk about culture. How do you feel about what we're talking about right now?
Oh my goodness, I'm so much on fire. By the way, a lot of people that joined my business through my own sponsorship, they bought the vision ticket already.
Yeah, me too, same.
$50, even though it's in coronavirus time. But culture-wise, I actually studied intercultural studies for my master's of business and intercultural studies. Really? And one thing I learned, because my undergrad was in physics, I wasn't into business or culture. I didn't understand these things. But one thing I learned about when I was studying culture is we human beings are cultural beings. We do have culture. We survive and live within a culture. The question is it a success culture or not a success culture? Mm-hmm. So when people are coming into Ibüümerang or entrepreneurship in general, which Ibüümerang is really a training field for people to become great entrepreneurs. That's just how I see it. And when we're coming there, we don't come with a success culture. What we say, our habits, our thinking, the kind of actions we say, our commitment, how we make decisions, all of that is not a success culture. by the way, I want to say thank you, Johnny, for what you're doing on your brand, because I learned that from you, because I've learned a lot about branding, and I never posted company stuff for my business because I wanted to kind of like build that brand. And I watched you and I said, you know what, if you want to be successful, watch what other successful people are doing and do the exact same thing. I said, okay, Johnny B. Wimbrey is more successful than me. I'm going to do what he's doing. So I started doing what you're doing.
I saw it. Like I literally saw you start going Ibüümerang like 100%.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm glad to know that I helped with that.
Yeah.
Hold on. We both made a decision without talking to each other.
Yeah.
I made a decision because it was personal. She duplicated my decision without my permission. Yeah. And we both hit high-level ranks, historical high-level ranks in Ibüümerang. What does that tell you? Sacrifice a little bit of you to help a lot of people.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, so the culture, success culture is what I'm talking about. Like, so when people come into our team, what we're trying to build is a success culture. And I can't think of anybody like I mean, I want to give credit to Alex and Jennifer. That's one of the things that attracted me about them, because when they were building their other company, they had invited me to take a look. I didn't like any of the company or whatever they were doing. I loved the culture they created. I said, this is amazing. You know, this is what's going to move people. And I saw that that's what they've started, and we just built on that. So one of the things that just what you were saying, one thing I learned 5 years ago when I started this journey of entrepreneurship, from being employed and thinking like an employee and things like that, that was my world. A lot of times, me as a person, and I'm going to be very transparent here, I am a very cautious risk taker. I calculate, I think about things, that ups and downs. I don't really just choose them. And sometimes opportunities just pass by me. You know, I usually follow my gut feeling, but if I start thinking about things, it's usually the answer is no. But I learned something. Like, am I going to be able to travel, or am I going to have the time? Even when I was building part-time, am I going to get like a permission from my boss before I make this commitment and things like that? But I learned something. Successful people don't do it that way.
That's right.
They make the commitment and they figure it out.
That, man.
They make it. So even in business, just like I was saying, I didn't know the details of how to do Ibüümerang. I didn't understand the compensation plan. It was very different. I was not in a binary compensation. I did not understand it at all. It was Greek to me. And then I didn't know a lot of things, but I said, okay, let me make the commitment and figure it out. So that has paid me success, more money, more happiness, and everything. Just that habit. And a lot of people say, oh, I don't know if this is going to be. You're never going to know. I mean, it's like 6 months from now, you don't know what's going to happen, but just make that commitment and make it happen. You know, so a lot of times we jeopardize ourselves because we want to know everything before we take action. There's no way. I mean, if you can know, if that was the way life worked, you wouldn't have a chance, because a lot more smarter people would know a lot of things and they would be the first to get it.
Write this down, people. You can have analysis of paralysis, and that's exactly what it does. It paralyzes your business. And I'm a lot like you, probably more to the extreme, because I pride myself in doing things that I don't have to understand. And what I mean by that is, you can analyze something so much that you paralyze everything. You paralyze your organization. You paralyze your commissions. You paralyze your ranks. Why? Because you're analyzing everything. The 2 diamonds that you brought with you in the month of April, you made April like the new norm. The new normal. And I want to talk about that, the new normal. Like hitting diamond in 1 month. Like, we've seen people go from ruby to emerald to diamond in less than 30, 45 days. What did you do? I know what you did to get you there, but it really wasn't about you, because you had to help other people, and that's what got you there. What happened that you were able to pop 2 diamonds in the same month that you hit diamond and blue diamond?
Accelerate.
Accelerate. That's what I want to talk about.
So with Abel, you know, we've worked with, you know, same thing. I've worked with him in the previous company for a little bit, and I've already injected the importance of events for him. So now he is like, no question. That's how he thinks. No question. If there's an event, he's there. Doesn't matter. He's just going to make it happen.
Okay.
With Esther, she has a lot of responsibility. She has kids, 2 kids. Her job requires her to travel to Africa every now and then. And she has a husband. She lives in Norway. It's 22 hours flight just to get to Houston.
And now she's making diamond income. Hold on. She has a real job, making real money with real kids and good money. And now she's making diamond money?
Real kids, that's funny.
Only a father would say that. It's my wife's real kids. They're my play kids. They're my toys. My kids are my toys, but they're my wife's kids.
So funny. Yeah, so that all of that was going on. And then she also had a commitment where, you know, the funders of the project that she's working on were traveling to Africa, and she was supposed to go with them during Accelerate time. A lot of things were happening in her life, so she wasn't sure. And I said, Esther, I know you're going this way, but if you don't do this, this is a price you have to pay. It's not going to be good for you and for your team. I'm telling you this. So she finally said, okay. And she said, I'm just going to do it. Traveled 22 hours to come here, stayed with us with not a regret at all, and went back and became diamond.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. And you guys, you got to realize diamond is where life changes. Like when you're ruby, you're starting to realize, okay, this money is starting to kick in. I mean, even at sapphire, you're like, okay, I can feel how real this can be if I got serious about it. But you crack some diamonds, like when you're making diamond income and you still have another full-time job, man, you're talking about going to job with a different attitude. It's like, what'd you say to me? You're like ready to quit. What? So the new normal. This is something I implemented in my life probably about 3 years ago. And it's the new point of no return. Right? So when you go blue diamond in 1 month, that's a new point of no return. Like you can't return back to normal anymore. When somebody does what it takes to become a sapphire, sapphire is your new point that you can never return back to. Like you can't return back to what got you to sapphire. You've got to be that, and you got to be much more. When you create a new point of no return, you're basically saying, I never arrive. And I'm constantly on my way. How long did you celebrate when you hit blue diamond?
I didn't.
And listen, I think Holton called, like Michael Jackson called me, and I knew I was about 30 minutes away from black diamond. And I said, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. Why? I'm waking up early to go to work. So Holton calls me, Jex is calling me, congratulations, you hit black diamond. I'm not answering, I'm asleep. Why? I don't have time to celebrate. It is my new point that I can never return back to. See, when I hit black diamond, yes, it's an achievement I've never achieved before, and Ibüümerang. But it's now a new achievement I can never return back to. When you create a point of no return, you see success as something that's perpetual. It's not something that you can achieve because you're always on your way. That's what I love about someone like Edwin Haynes with Holton Buggs. I'm following people who never slow down to celebrate themselves. And yes, do I think we should celebrate? Yes. Should my team celebrate that I'm black diamond? Yes, you should. You should celebrate that Martha's blue diamond. But guess what? If I'm still in the room to hear the last clap, something's wrong with me. You never, ever, ever stick around to hear the last person congratulating you. Why? Because you're already off to the next race. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. We have been with you 2.5 hours for the entire flight school. And you're going to leave with something, Martha, you're not going anywhere yet, but I'm just letting everybody know we're coming to a close. Do not leave yet. I'm looking at right now, I'm counting over 2,000 people who are still live with us right now on Facebook and Zoom. That's not including the groups that are being translated in different languages. So there are thousands of people who've stayed on with us for 2 hours. Martha, I think that's a testament of how hungry they are to learn, not what I did. I think they expected it from me. But what you have done, I'll be honest with you, nobody expected that. Like nobody expected you to go ruby, emerald, diamond, blue diamond, all within a few months. That is something, if you became a blue diamond in your first 3 years, that's amazing. Like that is, it's a multiple 6-figure income with you're probably scratching 7 figures. Look at her, look at Martha's face. She's like, what? It just hit her. Like she hit blue diamond so fast, she didn't realize that this is a very high level 6-figure income that's crossing over into the $1 million range. That's what a blue diamond is. You did that. And you didn't even slow down enough to celebrate or calculate what that leads to your life. I love that about you because it tells me that your success is not about you. It's about helping other people. And I promise you guys, I'm turning this over to Martha and she's going to end it. But I promise you, if you do nothing else but make a commitment in your heart that you want to be a positive distraction in the midst of a crisis, we will see the difference in your business. Why? Because now you're a part of a mission. I was chatting back and forth with Avi early this morning, who's one of our diamonds over there in London, England. He's not in my team. He's one of our diamonds. So when I say one of our diamonds, he's my brother. And he's congratulating me. And he asked me, you know, what did you do to create that level of momentum? And I said, I made it a mission instead of just a passion. Like I'm passionate to be at the top of the company. I'm passionate about being, you know, a top money earner. But a mission, you'll die for a mission. I made it my mission to be a positive distraction and help as many people as possible create a positive distraction in people's lives around the world in today's climate. So we went from selling a business to being a positive distraction. And that made all the difference in the world in my energy, because now I'm Mother Teresa. Now I'm Harriet Tubman. Now I'm Martin Luther King. Now I'm Nelson Mandela. And you may say, Johnny, it's not that serious. No, it's not that serious to you. It's very serious to me. It's very serious for me to be a positive distraction. This time, the first quarter of the year 2020 will go down in history and many people's lives that Ibüümerang saved their life because we were a positive distraction. We're saving lives, people. And I have made that my mission to use Ibüümerang as the most incredible positive distraction from reality of everything that's going outside of our walls right now, outside of our homes. And that made the difference for me. It's not about money. It used to be. It's not about rank. It used to be. Right now, it's a mission of mine to be a positive distraction. So as I pass it over to you, Martha, I would love for you to say something in your beautiful native language. And then I would love for you to translate and tell us what you told your people, what you told your community. And I'm going to turn it over to you. I want you to close it out. It's an honor and a pleasure. Take your time. No rush. I'm here taking notes. God bless you. And thank you so much for teaming up with me and letting me be a part of your life of massive increase. Take it away.
Thank you so much, يعني. So كلكم تسمعوا زلكم بتقرينيا خزاربين إشتي مالتيو. تبغى غيركم سمعكم ما تكونوا تسفاي قبر زيادة جماعة أترجمنا ونكنسمعكم هنا. كان حدا خبلكم سدالي بالتعمي زجرم عينة you know كابت كامباني مالتيو نزور حزيتي زحلف ور حز قبرنا يكله زيادة جنزب كم سألنا زخيل جيرو أقميت أمور مهناتو لتنحنا زقبرنا يكل تسلسنا معرق منطر ترى إيه زي فلتي حجي نوعكم وزقبر سب وما قلتيف وزقبرو زيادة جنزب كم زخفل أبتزمت زلوا نيد حرقة رسلت أنا ناخد زاربينا مالتيو جن زور حزي نايب حكي كنتي كم زقبر فليت ناير لنا سلازي كم تي حجي فليت ناير لنا مملي سناقة نقدميت كنكيد نسعر إذا اللي حدا أب حزبنا زلوا نجر مالتيو كلنا نفلت أو مالتيو نخلق السبات محلاي عملنايو تريكم واللهم أبتناها كالتشر مالتي جن هجزي بتو تعت أتفق عينة من قدي ناي كالقط سبات كتحجز نعم نبتات قط الزلا كثر سكرهم كتحسب كل حاجة تسجل سلازي بزعبة رؤسهم بزعبة خندي جنزب تجابرو السوم حساب قدفوا بحق يزب لكم نخلقت إن العالكات خيد عينة سلاز خونة ناي بحكيكم كال دما قرب أب حزبنا زلوا تجام انتايو كل جيزي كم زي زي أستأخلني كم زي أستندر على أيدي منين بالنرسنا عتحيتنا نري أمالتيو كم وقت قبرو خلهم again بزعبة خو ما يكونه انت يدع بزعبة توم ناتكم تيم مساخهم بزار حزلو بزعبة ندحر الصغ منابتات أتصل زي سجيركم تسفى أي قبرونيهم سلازي كم زي نحنا نأكل ميز خير زحلهم نخالقت مثلا كل علو سلازي خونه كالقت مثلا تتوكيبلو نقدميت كسرحو نايب حكي يدليكم مالتيو سالسي تخبلكم زدلي كل سبا يكون زدلي you know كعوات كل سبا يزدلي جن كل سبا جن دلوا يكون الناس لازم مس كل سبا تقالسوا أي توعان انتي دا مستي كسرح زخلت زدلن تخم نايزدلكم اللي يكون أنا أوزي سيدليو يقال أي تبالو تقلا لا السوي دلديو مس زدلن مس زتدعلو انت راي خاخت كويت دلي تزي لكن مستوم زي دليو كم تناتاتهم عينة هوات حيسكم كوف كتبلو ترايحهم تخيلوا سلازي زين سلسة نتوخ بلاكم يدالي نمعوات حقزاكم زيادة قنا أبتي زغطل زلو سلطانانا كن الراخبينا. So I want to go ahead and translate this, Johnny. So when I talked about, you know, it's amazing what has happened. Now I'm kind of like taking a moment back and to reflect on what has happened because now we're kind of rested. I think this is the first day I rested actually. And it's mind-blowing. I was like, really, to be honest, I was watching Flight School and the promotion that has come in May. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Holton Buggs for really, I don't know what to say about it, but you know, for really being the true like reflection of what a boomerang really is. You know, we talk about what a boomerang really is. You just give and then it comes back to you. So, but the May promotion, I've never seen anything like it. Nothing like it. What we've done in April, and this is what I just talked about. So what we've done in April is really what we need to repeat in May to get paid a lot more. Because I've seen 3 ranks, people like hitting 3 ranks in the same month. 2 ranks, 3 ranks, like starting to Sapphire has been the first norm, the new norm in 1 month. And there was one person that almost made it to Ruby in 1 month. No network marketing experience. Jeez. So I know what kind of payment that would mean with the new bonus. If we just did the exact same thing that we did, okay? If you've done something, you can repeat it. We don't have to kind of like try to figure out, can I do this again? Because you've done it already. We could do more, like we have to do more. But even if we did the exact same thing that we did, a lot of people are going to be happy with the kind of paycheck they're going to get because of the bonuses that have come. And we've got training for it in the afternoon in our language. So that's really amazing. But I want to share 3 things, which I shared in Tigrinya. You know, the secret to success is really to be inspired by other people's success, not people on top. Yes, Do that. I've done that for years. I continue to do it. But be inspired by the success of other people that you're helping. You like, just be joyful for that and do whatever you can to help that person to hit, like if they just got started, binary qualified. That's a huge success. And whenever I'm celebrating people on Facebook, on our Facebook pages, I give big congratulations to binary qualified, because they've unlocked the door to success. If they've done that, they can do more. You know, Sapphire, great. Ruby, amazing. Be a good leader. But the binary qualified is really the key. So like the it takes two, right? So celebrate others, work for their success. Your success comes by default, you know, because you're going to be frustrated if you try to work for your own success. But when you're working for other people's success, your success is just going to come. And the other thing, which especially in my community, this is so true. And I shared this, that sometimes people hit a level like too quickly, which it was happening. That there was one person that actually hit Sapphire real quickly. And he said, my goal was executive. I hit Sapphire, so I'm done. And I was like, no, you're not done. Because when you're done, you're putting a cup on your team. You're kind of like saying, this is as far as you can go. So don't put a cup on your team. If you don't go to the next level, they're not going to hit that other level.
That's so good.
Your leadership is very important. So you don't hit ranks for you. You hit ranks so that other people can hit ranks. So if I don't go to the next rank, no one's going to come to Blue Diamond, because they're going to say, oh, I can't be where she's at. So you got to, I feel the same way. You better move on, Johnny. I can't be Blue Diamond unless you're, I do feel the same way.
Come get it. I love that.
You can't just equate with your leader. You just have to don't copy your leader, your team, by not going for the next rank. And again, it's again about the success of others. And then I want to say this. I mean, I will transparently, boldly say, because I know that's the only thing that works. Don't try to work with people you think need this. Work with the people who want it. People who are ready, who want it. What we do is we have an amazing opportunity, and like, I don't know, it's just the biggest thing that's on the planet right now. It's way too good to beg people into your business. Way too good. Offer it. If they see it, awesome, lock arms and move. If they don't, that's totally okay. Leave them where they are. It's their choice. Honor them, love them, they're your friends. But don't beg them into it. And even in your team, a lot of people, I've helped a few leaders that actually hit the next rank. They couldn't do it before because they were not working with the people that were actually, like accelerating. They were working only with the people that needed help. They were trying to motivate people that didn't want to answer their phone calls in their team. So I had a conversation with one of my leaders, and I said, you're doing it the wrong way. Work with the people that are working, help the people that are actually working and accelerating and ranking up, because you're going to inspire the others. Because sometimes, especially as women, and I'm just adding to this, I didn't share this on the Tigrinya, but as women, we tend to be the caregivers, the nurturers, the helping the person that needs help the most. We pay attention to that. We take care of the doves as opposed to the eagles. But that will kill your organization, because you only can inspire people with your success. You can't make them work. We're not here bossing anybody or managing anybody. We're here inspiring anybody, not even motivating, inspire. To inspire, do it, and help others do it as well. Others will inspire. It will open the gates of success for others. So that's my final word. And Johnny, I just want to say thank you. This is like a dream. One of the biggest accomplishments I have is to be able to talk on the same stage with you. It's such an honor. I know you're a legend. I truly love everything you do. I truly love who you are and your story. And it's just, God is good. This is really good. That's all I want to say.
Thank you. Congratulations, guys. We appreciate everything. If one of your accomplishments was to share the stage with me, I think that's a very small accomplishment to have, because you'll be sharing stages with legends and you'll be creating legends far beyond anything that we've ever created. So I appreciate you, sis. Love you for everything that you do. I love your passion. I love learning about you. I love learning how you love your people. I just think you are a bottomless, resource of learning opportunities for anybody who wants to be successful. And I say that without exaggeration. I did come back to say this because I just got a message. The $149 is only for the first 1,000 people. So the first 1,000 people who get the ticket to Vision right now, it's $149. So servers are probably crashing right now. Yeah, people saying the website is crashing. Pretty much we expect that. Just be consistent and stay on it and stay close to announcements, because if I know Holton the way that I know him, I'm sure there's going to be an announcement coming up in the next few hours, because I am very certain that 1,000 people will crash this website until they can get that ticket. So there are probably tens of thousands of people on there right now. So with all that being said, guys, you got an hour and 20 minutes. I'm gonna pass it back to T. Gray and Mark. You got an hour and 20 minutes from right now to load up for the next presentation. We're doing a live presentation. My good friend, Peter Hirsch, the other blue diamond, the rock star in the business, Peter Hirsch will be coming back. If you guys could post that flyer about that information. So my whole point is, everything that we just taught you, we want you to put it to work right now. Everything that we talked about, we want you to put it to work. Remember Abil, the goal was 10 people on a Zoom presentation. He showed up with 11. This is your opportunity to actually participate in what we just trained. Thank you guys so much for having us. We'll see you back in less than about an hour and 20 minutes from right now with Peter Hirsch. Have 11 people there. Let's blast your business off. It's May 2020. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Throwing it back, boomerang right back at you guys. Thank you.
Hey, Johnny, what a powerful training. And I got to tell you what, we've got some of the most coachable, teachable, and trainable people in the world as part of the Ibüümerang family. So there were over 3,000 people on today's flight school. And it looks like you and Martha got every one of them to try to buy tickets at the same time. So guess what? The internet is broken, the site is crashed, and we want to encourage everybody, first of all, give yourselves a hand for just being coachable, teachable, and trainable. We're going to get that fixed, so keep trying, because remember, only the first 1,000 people get the tickets at $149.
That's awesome.
Yes, and the comments were incredible. You guys, you need to go back. You need to look at what the comments are saying. I mean, Martha, your story brought people to tears, and yours too, Johnny. So it was incredible. Thank you for sharing that, because I think people look at you guys and say, oh man, I could never be like that. But they don't know where you came from. They don't know what you did in your life and what you guys have done. You have overcome so much. And now people are saying to themselves, I can do this too. I can do this. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, this was just amazing. I mean, it's really funny because when we do flight school, usually the chat on both Zoom and Facebook is a steady stream. Martha and Johnny, while you guys were talking, you literally froze the chats. People were just in rapt attention, taking notes. So was I. I'm just over here. I mean, and it's such a great story, because a lot of times what happens is people don't hear your names and don't know who you are until you've succeeded. And so it was great that you guys took time to go back and talk about single motherhood, felonies, shame, disgrace, immigration, suicidal thoughts. These are the things that normal people have to deal with in different parts of their life, and will use that as an excuse to say that they can't do what you guys did. And so for you to come out and share so openly and transparently and say, hey, this is where I was, but these are the disciplines that I developed and learned so I could succeed. Man, God bless you guys. We just appreciate you so much for sharing that way. Yes. So Mark, I think we have a couple of things to do before we wrap this up.
Yes, we do. So again, full price provision is $299. It's half off right now. and it's for the only it's for the first 1,000 people. We were going to say it's through the end of the weekend, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think those tickets the first 1,000 will be sold here within the next couple of hours. So,
hey, Mark, some people already bought tickets. I was able to see that there were some tickets already sold before everybody crashed it.
Okay, so you can go to iboomhub.com. It's at the very top of the page. You can buy your tickets. Click on the link, and then it'll take you to where you can get those tickets. So the other thing too is don't miss the calls coming up today. And then tomorrow we have a very special From Our Home to Yours with the Buggs. If you've been on this call, it is so cool. They are so real. They really are real people. And they show you that, and they do that, and they take questions as well. So have your questions ready. That's 4 o'clock tomorrow, and it's only on Facebook Live. We do have the Spanish translation line, but you get on Facebook Live at facebook.com/Ibüümerang. And then finally, let's do this. I've got one more to show, but okay, so it's right here. And again, we've got Peter Hirsch coming up here at noon. That's in just a little over an hour from now. Blue Diamond, Peter Hirsch. He'll be doing the It Takes Two call for you guys. So get your 2 on. You know what? Do what Abiel does. Get 3 on. Get 4 on. Get 11 on. Okay? So that's at noon. Then you have Mrs. Amy Sieber at 8 o'clock tonight for the English call. Then you have Blue Diamond, Mr. Jose Luis Rivas doing the Spanish call and wrapping the day up at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. So that's it, man. This has been quite a day, quite a flight school that I will not forget.
Man, it's been absolutely phenomenal. I got one minor announcement to make, and that is that our CEO also had on his red shirt today, which was absolutely phenomenal. So it was totally red shirt day, and it was absolutely an amazing day. I'm mind blown. I'm sure you guys are too. Let's get to work right now. Let's do what Johnny said. We've got an It Takes Two call coming up in 1 hour, 45 minutes. Get your 10 on. No, like he said, 11. And let's go ahead and rock this month. Let's do it Martha Ermias style and do it early in the month and create such incredible momentum that we surprise ourselves with what we can accomplish this month. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you at the top of the charts.
Accelerate, 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 yeah. Accelerate, 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 yeah. Foot on the gas and I'm going fast. I accelerated, 200 and it's on the dash. I accelerated, always first, never coming last. I accelerated, take flight, yeah, first class. I accelerated, yeah, I accelerated. I'm going fast now. You know they don't want these. I feel like a cash cow. Stack it up. I put all my money in Teslas. They tryna catch up, but ain't fast enough. We the winners, it's unanimous. I threw a boomerang and hopped on a plane when somewhere it never rains. Yeah, we breaking records like every day, and you know it'll never change. I'm swerving on in my own lane with ice water in my veins. And we built a team so strong, yeah, you know we gotta maintain. Yeah, wait. Accelerate, 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 yeah. Accelerate, 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 yeah. Foot on the gas and I'm going fast. I accelerated, 200 and it's on the dash. I accelerated, always first, never coming last. I accelerated, take flight, yeah, first class. I accelerated, yeah. You know I accelerate. Every day I gotta celebrate, and you know I had to elevate. Every morning gotta meditate. All this paper that I'm finna make. Feel like Jordan cause I bought a day. $1 million, yeah, it's on the way. I'ma be the one they nominate. Every day feel like a holiday. I ain't playing, I'ma get it. I don't want my car to be rented, and I want my windows tinted. I just wanna be independent, feeling like the lieutenant. Money man in the system, and you know I'm finna get it. Accelerate, 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 yeah. Accelerate, 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 yeah. Foot